Let's go. Welcome everyone to the first live of 2024. Did you plan on getting up here, Ava Thunder? Yeah. Jenna, hey, good to see you. Thank you for the share. Oh my gosh. Jenna, hey, here for a bit just before your client gets here. Well, happy to have you. Wow. While you're here. Andromeda Amber, thank you so much for the heart me. Thank you very much. We have a goal of 3K. 2024 is the one coin ones to get Candy Thunder up here. Jenny, Ryan, good to see you there. Kayla, Ronnie. Your New Year's resolution is not to have one. I'd be singing to Myra. Happy New Year's to you as well. Veronica, hello. Chelsea, Macy, BN, Rick. Spend more time on your bike. Nice. That's a good one. Fane, Dolby, Potter, Kathy Joe, thank you for the shares. Greatly appreciate it. Kaz Wilk in Australia. Good morning to you as well. Adriana Hunter. Hey, yo. Good to have you here again. K Crush. Welcome. Allison. Bev. Alexandra. Resolution of take no shit. I like it. Sue Becca, thank you so much. It's a bop. I like the new music. Robin, Happy New Year to you. Jamie, no resolution anymore. Just set goals now for the year. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, resolution is kind of a funny word, right? Because if it's resolute, like it's firm, it's a definitely gonna happen. I think setting goals is probably a lot more realistic. Honey Bear, howdy. Laura, hello. Or a T-Bird. Do you finish the book you're writing? That's a good one. Lady Stormfly, good to see you there. Hazel, love, healthier lifestyle. Very common one. Ben, thanks for the share. Greatly appreciate it. Ashley, just to be yourself. That's a damn good one. Ariana, thanks for the share there as well. Nikki, caught it at the beginning. Heck yeah, you did. Fluid Toxic, hello. Sue Becca, thanks for the share there. Greatly appreciate it. Richard, retirement. Ooh. Like it. Katie, OMG, your YouTube channel kept you sane throughout the holidays and family. LOL. Glad we could help. Glad that we could help there. Google Queen Cat says, I'm going to be the spicy ass con I was born to be. There you go. Graham, thanks for the share. Greatly appreciate it. Ironically, fancy, stay away from mommy's drama. Yeah. Not to ignore the red flags. Kelsey, I like. Andrea Jordan Treadway with the share there. Thanks so much. Oh, likes bar. That's what I'm missing. That's what I knew I was missing something. Let me fix that real quick. I know I'm missing something. Tony's good. Tony Spark is here today. You'll see Tony today. Robin Hazen, thanks for the share. Fawn, thanks for the share. Greatly appreciate it. Katisi, Jenny Lee, Samantha, Crystal, Caitlin, thanks for the shares. Greatly appreciate it. Let's get this thing fixed. Let's see here. We have... I'm messing it up. 600K likes is our goal today. There we go. Now it's up there. Now we got it fixed. Not on YouTube today, Queen of Death. We're back on the normal Wednesday schedule. Just on TikTok today. Nisi. No more New Year's resolutions. There you go. Richard, Piano Man Part 3 is coming along. Actually, I dove back into it last night, and I'm rereading everything I've written for Part 3 to make sure my brain is caught back up to speed and I'm in the moment. I really got to get my head to where I could be there at the scene while writing everything. And I got about 3/4 of the way through reading what I have written before I had to tap out. But it's good. It's going to be real good. Joyful stranger, sorry to hear that you're feeling down, but man, let's laugh together. Let's laugh and hear about some crazy shiz today. Lizard, thanks for the share. Greatly appreciate it. Jamie, Janine, Pancake, Brooke, Grim, Heidi J, Allison, Pancake again, Fane, Annie Butcher, Allison, Kristen, Kimberly P, Kirsten. Thanks for the love there. Kirsten with a whole lot of gifts coming through there. Janine as well. Becky, Ariana, Justina, Chasing Butterflies, Annie Butcher, Nikki, Elizabeth, Kirsten, Allison, Becky, Elizabeth, Mary, Happy Dragons, Boo Boo, K Crush, Fane, Andromeda Amber. Thanks so much. Chelsea Stevens, Virginia, Mary, Jamie, see you there as well. Joyful Stranger, No More Ducks to Give. Love the name. Thanks for the love. Grim, Tony Spark, thanks so much for that. We're well on our way. 840 of 3K on the 2024 goal to get Candy Thunder up here already. Tanya D, can't wait for part 3. It's coming. I'm back on the train. I'm That's one of my, not resolutions, but goals. I am hardcore focused on getting that thing wrapped up. Light gold bar isn't working. Looks like it is. Yeah, we're at 3% already. 3%. We're moving along. It may take a minute to catch back up, but QOD, say yes more. There you go. Just updated. There we go. Yeah, it gets lagging, and the fact that I started it late probably doesn't help. Probably not. All right, let's get rocking and rolling, everybody. Good to see everybody here. Thank you so much for being at the show today. It is our very first live of 2024. Glad to have you here. We have a great show for you today. Coming up, we have stories about DFHB club members, tattoos gone wrong, pregnancy announcement drama, secret house parties, work radio revenge, vinyl record drama, in-laws stealing cars, and of course, we have both cake and spicy reward stories. It's not a spicy cake. Those are two separate things. Our first goal today is 3K 2024's the one coin ones to get Candy Thunder up here. Don't forget, you can continue to support Mission Protect the Cake by donating through dusty-thunder.com. There is a Mission Protect the Cake page there. We have enough to do over 200 cake kits already. We're already talking to organizations and figuring out how many we can get in each one of their hands. We've had some great news coverage in the past couple of weeks, even on Kansas City, Channel 4. So we're getting the word out about it. We're doing some good. We've got our first batch ready to go, and now we're figuring out how many we can get to the organizations around us. One important note, if you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Right now is a particularly good time to do it because we made the decision yesterday to up our posting frequency because we had like 70 videos in the back channel that were scheduled out, which means a lot of the stuff we record today you wouldn't see on YouTube for, heck, a couple of months. Well, we're upping our pace to make sure that we can get things posted quicker. So there's going to be 4-ish videos posted per day, sometimes more if it's a compilation day or a podcast day or something like that. So you're going to get a lot more story videos to chew on if you're subscribed on the YouTube side. Highly recommend doing that. So there we are. Let's get things started here. Twisted, yes, we're going to start off with the spicy reward story that was unlocked last week. That's how we are starting up here. Jackie in Michigan, good to see you there. All these 2024 things. Here we go. Heck yeah. Martha, Shaz, Midnight, Nikki, Grim, Amanda, Elizabeth, John Bogus, Laura Goff, Ms. Fiery Repic, John again there, Rebecca, Valerie Shadowcat, the Effulgent One, Tanya D, Kat, Grim, Kim, Lady Stormfly, Bebop, 610, Violets Are Blue, we've got Renee Muir, Kim, Kirsten, Darla, thank you so much for the love, greatly appreciate it, ADHD Mom and Teacher, Skate Ballerina, oh, by the way, Laura, Fairy Nerdy, sent us some love with a little card here and a whole bunch of sticker packs. One of them was specifically for Caden Thunder. It was a Doctor Who themed sticker pack, but fairynerdy.com is her site. You check it out and follow her on socials. She's got some really cool designs here. It's very, very cool. Thanks for the love. Thanks for sending it to us. Greatly appreciated. Okay, diving into the spicy reward story from last week that you all unlocked. Here it is. The title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for Taking Away a Girl's Phone at a Sleepover? I have a 12-year-old daughter. Our rule is that children below 16 are not allowed to have smartphones. Most of her friends know this, and when they come to our house, they have to turn off their phones, which will be kept in a basket in our room if it's night. Recently, a new girl came to our house to hang out. She knew about the rule and kept the phone in a basket. The hangout turned into a sleepover, so I took her phone to my room, and I was going to lock it in my safe. She got scared and asked me if we could leave the phone in the basket, but I told her I couldn't because she might sneak into her room, and that it will have to be locked in my room. She said she wasn't comfortable and asked what if an emergency happened. I told her if it did, she should come to me. She said she felt uncomfortable and wanted to go home if we were going to lock her phone, which is crazy how kids can't handle any fear or inconvenience. I ended up locking her phone despite her protest and refused to call her parents. I told her to at least try to enjoy the sleepover for a bit, and if she still couldn't survive without a smartphone, I'll call them. When my husband came back, he said I made a girl feel uncomfortable and I should have at least let her keep it in the basket, but I stuck to my decision. The girl ended up having fun, but my husband and oldest daughter are mad at me. My oldest says I took away a girl's only way to communicate and I made her feel unsafe. The girl ended up staying because I wouldn't call her parents and she ended up having fun. But my husband and daughter are mad at me and the girl's parents are also mad at me. Am I the astronaut?
Yes. Oh my God.
The chorus here. We got the chorus here. The girls are, OP has a 12-year-old daughter. So her friend was probably 12 years old as well. If one of our girls stayed somewhere and they took her phone away and wouldn't let her communicate with us at all, isn't that tantamount to kidnapping? Imprisonment? Isn't it? Aren't you keeping someone somewhere against their will at that point? That's not okay. That's not okay at all. And I understand wanting them to have like screen-free time, but you cannot take their only method of communication away from them. You can't. I mean, I get limiting time. I get wanting them to engage without having screens in front of them, but also you can't impose your rules on visitors either. Not when it comes to personal items, and this is a personal item. Essentially, you took someone's personal item away from them while they were in your house, your rules. I know there are arguments for that side of it, but the emergency thing also flows two ways. What if the parents needed to reach her in case of an emergency that happened, not to her, but to them? Taken away, the only way to communicate is 100% not okay. We'll go ahead and red flag this madness. Imagine, this was the wife. If this had been a dad that had done that, it would be even worse, I would imagine, making a girl feel unsafe, a 12-year-old girl feel unsafe. It's not okay. It would be even worse in the eyes of the other parents, probably, if the dad had done this, but the mom doing it. Either way, it's not okay. You can't impose those kind of rules on people. You just can't. We achieved this goal, which is perfect timing because we need to bring Candy Thunder up to talk about this. Let's give some thanks here real quick. She's fired up. She's already walked over here. She's like, I'm ready to give my 2 cents. Bogus Truck Life leading the board here. Southern Country, Kimberly P. 77, Econ Laura, Pixie Does 74, Pam K, Michelle Heather, Lady Stormfly, Sapphires, Ms. Fiery Rippick, AK Mary, Ali Franz, Sharon Day Newton, Becky Morby, Candy Thunder, Tony Spark, Joyful Stranger, Heidi J, Mama Jams, Tanya D, aka T, Andromeda Amber, Mitzi Elbers, Liar Usu, or Leah Rusu. Liar. Sorry, I just called you a liar. I didn't mean to. Justina, Life of Nikki George, K Crush, Valerie Shadowcat, Violets Are Blue, Oakley Girl, Annie Butcher, Shaz, Renee Mueller, Alicia Suber, Donna, Fell Hermit Fairy, Chasing Butterflies, Chelsea Stevens, Ari Hunt, Effulgent One, Nerdy Star Girl, Smiley Abix, 24 Tiff, Hi, AW. That's A-Weave, right? Hi, AW. Is that you? That's A-Weave. Tinker Truck. Thank you guys so much for the love there. We're going to get the next goal set up and then get Candy Thunder up here. She's got some thoughts. She has some thoughts. Okay, our next goal is going to unlock a petty revenge cake story, and it is 500 donuts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Candy Thunder. Oh my God, it's Candy Thunder.
Your screen looks different.
My screen looks different. How? Oh, is it because the red line?
Yeah.
It's just because, hold up. I'll get rid of that for you.
No, it's fine.
There we go.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yes. I would, and I said that in a comment, but it would be like Mama Bear, like just completely, I would go crazy if someone did that to my child.
Mama Bear would be full.
I would be seeing red if somebody did that to one of our girls. Like there's no freaking way. I can't imagine making a child feel uncomfortable in my own home. I mean, unless they're one of mine.
I imagine some of the arguments here are, well, what about, before there were cell phones, how did they survive?
I don't fucking care. Like, you don't get to make my child uncomfortable when she's a guest in your home. You do not. Like, and I would go 100% crazy on your ass for doing this to my child. Because that's, like you said, essentially kidnapping when the child asks to speak to their parents and they don't get to speak to their parents. This isn't school. This isn't somewhere. Yeah. They wanted to talk to their parents. And I don't care if she had fun or not. She was forced to have fun. She
wanted to leave. She wanted to get picked up. She wanted to contact her parents. And mom here was like, nah, I'm going to lock your phone up. You just give it a chance. So at that moment, I think it escalated to forcing someone to stay somewhere against their will.
I could never, ever, like, you could have caused this child to have like a panic attack or an anxiety attack because maybe she needed to call her mom before bed. Maybe she needed whatever it was with her phone, but you took that away because that's your rules. That's not that child's rules.
Yeah.
Don't invite kids over if you're going to take things away from them.
It's also odd that, your house rules are the same rules that they have for escape rooms.
Right. Ooh, I didn't even think about that. That's
not okay. This is the beginning of a Saw movie, right? Like, it's not ideal here.
ACK, she said, I would have refused to give it to her as a kid and I wouldn't be allowed back. That's exactly what I want my children to do. If someone tried to take your phone, you call me immediately and I'm coming to get you and you're never going back to that
Run
house.
Outside, call us, and continue getting further away from that house until you are safely with us.
Carrie the Leo says, you're assuming that the child's parents didn't have the other parents. I'm not assuming anything. I'm assuming that this parent took something away from a child and didn't give it back when they were asked to give it back. And that's not their place.
And in the story, OP tells us that the girl's parents are mad at her. Yep. So they had no way of knowing that anything was wrong because their child had no way of communicating with them. They didn't find out until after the fact when they picked their daughter up that her phone had been taken away and that their daughter had no way to contact them, and that's when they got mad.
Right.
So it's not like they would just be like, oh, we haven't heard from her. We better check in with the parents to make sure. No, it wasn't like that at all. We know from everything in the story that it was taken away, that she wanted to contact her parents, that she wanted to leave, and she wasn't allowed to by someone else's parents. Right. And that's not okay. Someone had asked also, what if it was a boy? Wouldn't matter. I don't think it matters if it's a boy or a girl. If you're forcing a kid that's not even yours and is a guest in your home to stay there against their will, taking personal items away from them and locking them up when they're no harm,
when
it's
they're
their only method of communication. It's not okay.
When they're specifically asking you not to do that because it makes them uncomfortable, that is not okay. It's just not okay. You're forcing a child to stay in your home and make them uncomfortable. And that's not... Exactly.
Agreed. Yeah.
They should have told the parent before the sleepover that they didn't want the phone. They were going to take the phone at night or whatever it was, but they didn't. They just took it and made the child uncomfortable. Right. And that's not okay.
If you planned on doing that kind of thing, you needed to communicate these rules to that kid's parents ahead of time so that they knew what was going to happen. Springing this on her. You said she knew about the rule, but apparently the parents didn't. So you sprung it on everybody.
Kidnapping and strong arm robbery. Yeah. My child would never go there again. Exactly.
Oh, gosh. Can you imagine?
I'm sure other children's parents are going to hear about this and they're not going to be allowed over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it's an escape room.
Exactly. Lady Vile says the second a child asks to leave, their parents need to be on the line. Exactly. Yeah. We've had cases where a girl has left our house at like 1 a.m. because she got scared and wanted to be at her parents' house and woke us up. We waited at the door for her and her mom came to get her. But she had her phone. She called her mom. If I hadn't taken that girl could have been traumatized by having to stay somewhere that she was uncomfortable.
If you had taken that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't make kids feel uncomfortable. Period.
It's creepy AF. 100% agree.
Not good. Not good.
All right.
Cool.
I'm back now.
Thanks, Candy Thunder. Mm-hmm. Thanks for being here. I knew she was part of the chorus that was like, yes. Immediately, so I knew she had some strong feelings about this. We didn't talk about Ascon scale placement, but I think we all know where this goes. This is going straight up to Ascon 1. Congratulations, OP. You are the first Ascon 1 of 2024, and you happen to be the first effing story that we read. Batting 1,000 so far. It's amazing. Richard, no. This channel that you are watching this live on is the only TikTok channel that we have. Anything else that you see that has our content on it is an impostor. And we have tried reporting the hooey out of them. And that's one of the reasons we're taking another run at verification, because that should make it easier to get them reported and taken down. But so far, that has proven challenging. Dusty Thunder _US is not us. It is an impostor. If you are following, unfollow, block immediately, please. Don't comment on their stuff because that just increases engagement. Just block them. Okay, so there's story number one. We're going to dive over to story. Well, that was a reward story from last time. Here's our official story number one. This one is actually from the Dusty Thunder subreddit. And what is going on here? We got a lot of bouncing around with cursors in the story I'm getting ready to read.
What are you all doing to me?
You know I'm Ron Burgundy. I'll read whatever's on the screen. Don't put a question mark on the teleprompter. You saving me? Ronald. Santiago. It's Latin for whale's vagina. That's what he says, right? That's what he says in the Okay. All right. That wasn't on the screen. I wasn't allowed to say that. We're moving on. Okay. Here we go. DFHB. That's a new one. My mom compares a woman's name to a snack cake and thinks nothing of it. Oh no. My mother, who was 60 at the time, has a habit of saying all the wrong things at all the wrong times. We might be related. I've even had people ask if this is something that happened as she got older. Sadly, no. This has been an always thing for her over my 42 years of life. This happened a few years ago while I was waiting in line with my mother at an open clinic. She and I both had stopped smoking a few months prior to this event, so yay for us. However, she turned into that loud, passive-aggressive person who would make comments as she walked by people who do smoke. There were people in line who were smoking, and she defaulted to what's listed above. However, there was one woman who was kind enough to get out of line while her friend held her place so she could smoke away from all the other people. This woman happened to be a little person. My mother defaulted to another bad habit of hers and started referring to the woman as cute, adorable, and little in a voice that you would use to describe a child. I was 37 at the time, and this woman obviously appeared to be around my age. Despite my mortification and other people's patiently closed mouths at her idiocy in reference to an adult woman, it gets worse. Since we were standing in line for a while, the woman got back out of it again to go smoke. Since my mother wanted to make it a point to all the other smokers who would not remove themselves from the line, she decided to ask around if anybody knew the woman's name so she could thank her personally. Since this was a weekly open in clinic, we did see some of the same people when I took her there. Yes, somebody knew her name, Debbie. The woman's name was Debbie. Oh no, I know where she's going with this. Don't do it. Don't do it. My mother grabbed my arm and exclaimed, "Oh my God." OP, honey, do you know what that makes me think of? I knew where this was going. I've heard the stupid flow from her on so many occasions. It's like I can see her thought process as it happens. I felt my soul leave my body as her next words came out of her mouth. Enter popular snack cake brand here. I can't even write it out. I don't think I need to. I had locked eyes with the man that was on the other side of her as he read something on my face. He and I had been conversing and telling jokes while trying to ignore her over the course of the wait. I'm a smartass by nature, a defense mechanism I've developed dealing with her. It was like he knew what needed to be done, a kindred spirit and a shared embarrassing moment. So I asked her, I guess standing next to him makes you think of a chocolate bar? To which he grabbed his shirt and said, "You can call me Mr. Hershey." The people around us started laughing. She was more upset at my stopping her from approaching the woman. I told her let it go, which created an argument from her after we left. I called her actions to her face. It never stops her. She thought it was a harmless comparison. Thank you, Mr. Hershey. 100 gold stars for the aid on this and a future occasion involving my mother at the same clinic. Again, it was always a pleasure having a fellow smartass in line. Okay, so this is a new type of story. This is DFHB, which if you're new to this, it is the decent fucking GG's human being club. which is our club. We actually have some DFHB content. We have some DFHB stickers, and heck yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad that you had an accomplice here to be able to share in this moment and try to break the awkwardness with some additional humor, even though it was at your mother's expense. And thank goodness your cohort here agreed to play along with you, or you had the kindred spirit, and you took a bit of a risk and a leap saying what you said, but luckily it seems like you had a good enough connection with this guy to know that he was going to play along. And your mom getting mad at stopping her is I get it. But she was only 60 at the time. I don't feel like 60 is the age in which you get to retire your filter and say whatever the F you want, right? Like my grandpa's over 80. He's been there a while though. But I feel like it's probably closer to 80, not 60. I don't think you're at the point where you can just say whatever the hell you want at 60. What do you guys think? What's the age? What is the age where you get to retire your filter and just say whatever the heck you want? Hey, Becky, good to see you there. Man, does mom have Asperger's? That would be the only acceptable reason for the social faux pas. Guessing not. Otherwise, it would have been mentioned by OP here. I think she just doesn't care about offending other people. 80s, 70s, 100. Biden does it. Oh, God. 70-ish, never. 99. There should never be any age, in my opinion. I get a lot of that. I get it. 292 of 500 on the donuts right now, which is going to unlock what? The Petty Revenge Cake Story. Heck yeah. Minions Den, Becky, Juju Girl, Ariana, Wolfie Shadow, Tracy, Lady Stormfly, Becky, Elise, Ms. Fiery Repic, Akai Ryu, Little Red Corvette Girl, Little Red Corvette. How can you not? Michelle, Heather, Joyful Stranger, Gigi Adams, Juju Girl, Adele McFadden. Thank you guys so much for the love. I saw Crochet up there as well. Thank you so much for that. Pam K, Rashida, Katie Loving, Samantha, Gigi. Thanks so much for that. Greatly appreciate it. Natty, a rude 80-year-old is just as bad as a rude 28-year-old. Yeah, I would agree with that. But I'm kind of looking forward to getting to whatever that age is where I can say whatever the F I want. You're right. I mean, it doesn't really exist. I think it's just a perceived thing by an older generation. My grandpa's there for sure. He's there. He just doesn't care about the backlash at this point in life, even if it causes backlash on other people. Just doesn't care. Maria says, my father never had a filter. It was often very hurtful. Yeah, I get that. And, I don't know what the opposite of an empath is, but somebody who is unable to see how their words or actions are going to harm another person, like have no connection to feeling that at all is not cool. It's obviously not cool. Rude is rude no matter the age, Teresa. Okay, Mercy, good point here. I feel like the rude 80-year-old is worse because they should know better by then. There's not giving an F, and the rest of it is down there somewhere. And then there's rude. Yeah. Okay. Yep. I get it. Rude and no filter are two different things. Yeah. I mean, I guess one leads to the other or can lead to the other. Jessica's husband says her translator is broken when she says dumb things without realizing. Yeah. No filter does not equal no consequences. Agreed. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with effect or ramifications or anything like that. It is I think it's about perception more than anything. Opposite of empath is a narcissist? Is that right? I don't know if that's right. A jag just doesn't see how they affect others, huh? Only kids are allowed to have no filter. Navy Thunder doesn't have a filter, that's for sure. That's for sure. 330 of 500 on those donuts right now. Opposite of empath. Some people are just dumb from the start. There you go. A person with no connection to feelings is a sociopath. Or a psychopath, I guess, depending on how they get started there. Natalie Ford, subscribe for month 1. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Anna Hansen, thanks so much for the love. Kara, Tony Spark, Graham, Del McFadden, Matt D, Lady of Oz, Bebop, TLS, Jitty Pine, Gigi Adams again, Rashida, Pam, K, Katie Loving, Samantha Hibbs, Minions Den, Becky, Juju Girl, thanks so much there. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. Gen X says adults lose their filters as they get older. He was probably like that all along. Well, in this case, it was a she, but yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it just got worse and worse and worse as time went on, which is obviously not cool. It ain't cool. You know what I mean? All right, let's go ahead and dive to officially story number 2 here. Before we do that, I wanted to reiterate something big, and that is the increase. We've doubled our frequency on posting videos for YouTube. If you're not subscribed there already, definitely go do it, because we're now posting 4 videos per day, in addition to whatever compilations or podcasts or stuff are coming out there too. So yeah, if you subscribe there, you get dinged 4 times per day with a new juicy piece of content to chew on. 340 of 500. We're rocking right along. Hopefully we get there during this story number 2. This one is from AITAH and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Telling a Friend What Her Tattoo Really Says? Oh no. Is this one of those things where they get a tattoo like in a foreign language and it says something that they had no idea it was going to say? And then yeah. No regrets. Regrets? Is that it? No regrets. Regrets? Is that what it was? No regrets? That's fantastic. Throw away, my friend group knows my main account. I, 37 male, went out on New Year's Eve with a group of friends, and the group has some friends of friends, basically people I've only known in passing. One of them, Andy, 39 male, brought his girlfriend, Julie, 30s female. Julie decided to show a tattoo she got last week. She rolled up her sleeve to show it, and she proudly announced it said strength and beauty in Chinese. It was on her forearm, and I almost did a spit take. Now, I have to explain I'm half Korean, but people have mistaken me words are hard, but people have mistaken me as Hispanic. So I don't really look Korean to most Westerners. I'm also not fluent, but conversational in Korean and able to read. The tattoo was in Hangul characters, and it definitely did not say strength and beauty. Julie got upset at my spit take and asked what my problem was. I said, it's not Chinese, and it doesn't say what you think it does. She got even more mad and said, what would I know? I explained I was Korean American, can read Korean, and what it said was not nice. I asked her what happened at the tattoo shop, and she said she always wanted to get Asian characters and went to a shop and saw a Chinese guy in the shop and demanded he be the one to do her ink. Oh, that's a great idea. To walk into a tattoo shop and be like, you look Asian, I want an Asian tattoo. You're going to be the guy. Do it now. Sounds like Velvet and Veneer. We might have watched a little bit too many Trolls movies over the weekend, so I'm probably going to have some Trolls references here. Yeah, that's where I'm at in life. I'm going to red flag this because that was not a smart move on her part. Words are hard. I asked Julie and Andy if Julie did anything that could have pissed the tattoo artist off. She denied it, but Andy confessed she was super pushy about it and kept saying she wanted him to do it over any other artist in the shop because he would be used to the characters, plus a few other statements. By this point, she was crying and not enjoying hanging out for New Year's Eve. She wanted to leave and wanted Andy to take her, which she still doesn't know what it says. Neither do we. On her way out, she asked me what it said. Oh, there it comes. I said, it's like the worst thing you could call a woman. It's like bitch, but worse. She just burst into tears while walking out. After the two of them left, the rest of my friends said I was a real jerk for spoiling her new tattoo, and I could have made something up or not reacted. What? Yes, how dare you tell her the truth? How dare you? How dare you let someone know who had something vulgar tattooed on their arm know that they had something vulgar tattooed on their arm? Like no one else in the world was ever going to see it or be able to translate it and be like, oh, wow, yeah. Is that like a warning label or... Yeah. I had to explain that the word used is really a cultural faux pas, and to see it on skin is shocking to the highest degree. And the fact I was sipping on a beer when she revealed it only made a spit take impossible to avoid. Well, this morning I got some messages from friends saying I really should apologize to Julie for traumatizing her about her tattoo. I feel like this is ridiculous. Like it's a really vulgar word on her arm. And if I had that on my skin, I'd like to know. But everyone else thinks that I should have just complimented her instead. So Reddit, am I the asshole for revealing to a friend what her tattoo actually says? Hell no. What? Okay, so we go through this every once in a while where a group of friends or some bystanders or connections somehow will side with the victim in the situation, even when it doesn't make sense. And I can tell you right now, it's because they have to. They want the bullshit that they are now enduring because she's a handful and she's a mess and they're the ones who are sitting there having to deal with it to go away. So selfishly, they're saying, yes, you're in the wrong, please apologize, make it go away so their lives can get easier. It has nothing to do with them actually thinking what you did was the right or wrong thing. They're only thinking about themselves. What you did was the right thing. You told her that someone else had wronged her by putting this terrible label in ink, permanent, on her forearm, and what she didn't want to know. Wouldn't you want to know? What the hell? I mean, I guess if she really was that big of a B, and maybe that's where they're coming from. Maybe they're like, you know what? She really is that. You just compliment it, smile, and move on. The other friends are shitty here for wanting to hide it from her. You should have just complimented this really terrible thing she had tattooed on her and just moved on. Makes total sense. Perfect sense. Yeah, Cake Rush, what would an apology accomplish here? What is that going to accomplish? Is it going to make it not say the word? If you come back and be like, oh, I'm sorry. In Chinese, it actually means strength and beauty or whatever. That's not going to accomplish anything. The language that the tattoo was in was, let me go back and find it. Hangul. Hangul. It said something really bad, Moira. It said basically like biznatch, but way worse. Real bad. Oh, okay. It's Korean. Gotcha. Yeah, it wasn't even in Chinese. So chances are she walked in here, she saw an Asian-looking guy, marched in there like she owned the place, said she wanted a Chinese tattoo, and she wanted him to do it because clearly he would know what he was doing. So, wrong foot, offended someone right away, made some other choice statements that we didn't get to hear what they were, but we know that they were bad enough to piss him off. And if somebody demanded that you did it and is insulting you along the way, I mean, we know how it got to where it happened. I am also curious, though, if you're a tattoo artist and you do something like this, is there some liability involved? Like, could the tattoo artist get in trouble for this? No? You don't think so? Was she asked for something specific that he didn't do, though. I feel like there could actually be some lawsuit kind of ramifications. Unless she signed some kind of document that gave him creative freedom. I don't know. It was Melanie was a super bad word in Korean. Yeah, if they signed the waiver that said that they wouldn't take any kind of punitive action, then sure. But I feel like in this case, doing the exact opposite of what somebody wanted is not that they didn't have good reason, not that the artist didn't have good reason. She was a shitty person, but a permanent thing. Man, that sucks. MJ Newcomb, Charlie Diego, J Boogie, Mitzi, Juju Girl, TLS, Kayla Marie Walsh, Sally, J Boogie again, Jelly 5, Janet, TLS again, Candy Thunder with a donut there, Jasmine, Tony Spark, Jelly 5, Veronica, TLS, Elizabeth A. Robertson, Virginia, Samantha, Gigi Adams, The Fire, Nikki Hughes. Thanks so much, guys. Greatly appreciate it. We're at 425 of 5 hundo right now, which will unlock a petty revenge cake story. There's always a waiver with tattoos. It's been a while since I had mine. I just have one. So I really want to get a full sleeve, but at this point in life, I'm like, that would probably be a lot of money that I need to spend on more responsible adulting kind of things. Wondering if it was can't with you, Jess. I mean, whatever the Korean version of that is, probably. Get the sleeve. I also struggled for a long time trying to figure out what exactly it would be. Jen, if you want to send a story in, and anybody else who's thinking about sending a story in, there are a few different ways to do it. If you want the team here to be the only ones that read it unless we pluck it to use it for a story and do a video over it, which there is a slim chance of mathematically, go to dusty-thunder.com and use the story submission form there. If you want more people to jump in immediately and give you feedback on it, which is the preferred route, probably post it on the Dusty Thunder subreddit. Or if you're a member of the VIP group, you can post it in that group on Facebook as well. And that keeps a smaller group, but does give some immediate feedback there too. Cornelia, the podcast helps you sleep. That's awesome. Very cool. Some people would purposely get that tat to scare people off. Yeah. Do I film my live to post it on TikTok? So actually what we do with our lives is we're live right now. All of the stories that we talk about, we will edit up into individual videos, and those become our daily posts. We are now posting 4 times per day on YouTube. TikTok sees 1, maybe 2 per day. And there are a couple of days of the week that will actually take off just based on the algorithm. But yeah, everything comes from these live streams. If you come to the right artist, it's worth it. Better to spend the right amount than get cheap artwork. Oh, for sure. For sure. Ms. Berry, do we want uplifting stories too? Hell yeah. Absolutely. Any kind of stories. Jen, thanks so much. Greatly appreciate it. MJ Newcomb, subscribe for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Hackin' Fam. Glad to have you here. 456 of 500. We are getting close. What's that? Vamp? Just do a little dance. Yeah, just do a little dance there. Andrea, this is your entertainment while you work. Jen Page says they ask when they put the stencil on and make you sign a waiver, you'd have to prove it was malicious. I mean, you get the translation. It seems like it could be pretty malicious there. Karen, thanks so much for subscribing to YouTube. Greatly appreciate that. What are we doing? Hannah, we are actually getting ready to read another story here. We're vamping for just a minute because we're getting ready to hit another gift goal here. Crystal with us for month 4 in the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Heck yeah. MJ Newcomb, Elise, Shinriolda, Lori, Elise again, Andrea Tarpley, Angelita, MJ Newcomb again. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Allie, TLS, Graham, Nadja, Janie, Wendy M. Heck yeah, 495. We're 5 away. We're going to hit it there. I'm going to go ahead and get this music started. That's how confident I am. I'm getting 5 more donuts there. While we're doing this, and while we're talking about New Year's resolutions, if you don't do the resolution thing, what was the most fun thing you did over the holiday break? I'm curious. There we go. We got there. Also, new music for the year. It's a bop. Bogus Truck Life leading the board here. TLS Journey, Michelle, Heather, Elise Newman, Southern Country, Wolfie, Shadow Fox, MJ Newcomb, Sapphires, 96, Tony Spark, Pixie Dust, Jenna Tuatha, Kayla Marie Walsh, Prep Girl, Justina, Tanya D, aka T, Pam K, Kimberly P, Rain Falls, Ms. Fiery, Repic, Blackjack, Jelly 55, Candy Thunder, Angel Face Demon, Adele McFadden, Juju Girl, Ari Hunt, Phil Hermit Fairy, Becky Moorby, Clure Toxic, Ember, Vagina, Pix 25, K Crush, Lady of Oz, Anna Hansen, WLC 7173, Joyful Stranger, Brannigan Minotti, Da Sexy Sloth. That's a new one. Glad to see you here. Love Me 115, Life of Nikki George, Akai Rayu, Jade Rayola, words are hard, Mitzi Elbers, Kristen Museum Girl, You're Not Wrong, Mazoko, and Lucinda Sue. Thanks, guys, so much for helping us get there. We unlocked a Petty Revenge Kick Story. Heck yeah. And boop, I turned off my QOD, Tony. I did. Well, he's not at his desk. I thought he'd be proud of me, but he just walked away. Now my heart hurts. Might be a little dramatic. I gotta tell you, I probably should feel bad for this, but I'm one of those guys who thrives on routine. And the holiday really throws me out of routine. I'm so happy to be back. And it was great to be able to spend time with family, to be able to hang out, to get a lot of quality time. There's a point when, like, the kids get cabin fever. I'm ready to get back into my routine because I need that stability. And I am so glad to be back and to have a routine again. And to be back here with you guys, to be back on schedule. It is fulfilling for me here. 1,500 high bears is the goal here, and that is going to get Tony Spark and Confetti rocking for us. Heck yeah. Okay, Rap says, I listen to you on Spotify every day when I walk the dog and never get to see the coffee. The coffee? Can we see that? What coffee? Oh, the Jock coffee? I actually started drinking it before, but I have a bottle sitting up here. So Jock Coffee, this is my display bottle here. This is Jock Coffee. I drink this before every stream. And I started doing it to where if I timed it right to where I start drinking it like half an hour before the stream starts, it definitely gives me a big boost in energy to make it through the stream. It is a tablespoon of this, however much water you want, ice if you like iced coffee, and then I do a splash of the Starbucks like zero creamer that has no sugar or anything in it, and it tastes delicious, and it does give a noticeable bump in energy. Otherwise, I'd be getting up here on the stream being like, words are hard. Words would be even harder. Do they deliver to Japan? I'm not sure, but check my link tree. I've got a link to send you 2 Jock Coffee in there, and I sure hope they do deliver to Japan. I'd be singing too. Yes, we are in Central Time. We are. Send a story into the website, Lee. So should you send it to the subreddit too? Yes, I would think so. If you want some immediate feedback on it, and again, when you submit a story directly to us, there's a small chance that it will get plucked. Mathematically, we get a lot of them in, but also there are some parameters where there are certain things that make it more and less likely to be chosen for a video. So if you really want immediate feedback on it, the subreddit is the best and quickest way to go. Like energy drinks? Yeah, kind of gigs. And normally, this is my daily that I probably drink way too much of, but the Orange Rehab tea, I drink a lot of. I need to get better about drinking more water again, but I try to balance it at least with at least as much, if not double the amount of water. And then Jock Coffee always before stream. That really just brings me to life. I'm probably like a grumpy, tired asshole before drinking Jock Coffee. Tony Spark agrees. He's like, yeah, kind of, yeah. Natty, no, we're actually located in Joplin, Missouri. We're in the Midwest. I said Midwest. Words really are hard. Queen of Death, there is a link to the subreddit on my link tree, so it's linked in the bio. Check it out there. Okay, we unlocked the Petty Revenge Cake story. Let's rock and roll here. And 1,500 High Bears is going to get Tony Spark and Confetti up here. Quick story, we're running low on confetti, so Tony Spark went for a confetti run. Was looking for some at Walmart, which is, typically one of the places that we'd grab some. They were out, had like one left because of New Year's Eve, obviously, so he grabbed a couple other ones that he saw there, and right before checking out was looking at the specifics on it and noticed that it was gender reveal powder. Not confetti. Powder cannon. I'm so glad that he read that and put them back, because that would be so terrible. My computer would have just sucked it all right in. I'd be like, oh no. Oh yeah, I would have been just covered in like pink blue powder cake crap. That would have not been good. Does Candy Thunder have news, Matey K? Oh no. We have 5. That's enough. That's plenty. It's plenty. Okay, let's go ahead and rock and roll here. This is the Petty Revenge Cake story that you all unlocked. Oh no. Trigger warning. Cake was harmed. All right, title of this story is Screw You and Your Cake. Starting off on a great note here. The company started out being family owned and treated the employees great. Casual dress code, easygoing. I was young and it felt more like going to hang out with friends versus going to work. I was a shift supervisor at the start, and as I said, all the calls got answered. Work was completed on time and everything was very laid back. The last family member died during my 6th year, and a new board of directors / CEO took over, and everything went corporate overnight. Button-down shirt, dress pants, no sneakers. Other than Fridays, I guess jeans and sneakers on a Friday doesn't lower the stock price. The team I managed was all tech support, non-customer facing, so forcing them into dress shoes and dress pants seemed dumb. This was the start of my disgruntled nature. One of our CEOs who had an office in our building was so petty he would sneak into the call center on the weekends when the rest of the office was closed, take off his shoes so as to not make noise, and in his stocking feet, sneak into the back door of the call center to look under desks and make sure no one was wearing sneakers. Then complained to me and my manager when he found somebody. Another fun petty fact, I started pouring water on the kitchen floor by the call center back door so he could step in with his stocking feet. So he could step in it with his stocking feet and just shrugged it off as somebody must have spilled something when he bitched. I got a new manager. He was vastly untechnical and micromanaging, a very, very annoying man. He was also very, very passive. He'd do something stupid. I'd yell at him face to face in his office, and he would say nothing after sitting down at my desk 10 feet away from his office. I would get a strongly worded email about our interaction, along with the new corporate overlord. Words are freaking hard. Why? Come on, 2024. Along with the new corporate overlord, chances the company got superb. Chances? Along with the new corporate overlord. Oh, changes. Maybe that's why I'm messing up. Sure. Along with the new corporate overlord changes, the company got super cheap unless it was managers' meetings or special occasions where they could put on the public appearance of being a family-friendly place to work. Cue the company's 10-year anniversary. All the bigwigs came down to our office and flew in from other states. They have a huge sheet cake that was the name of the company and 10 years written on it. It was sitting unguarded in the cafe. And as I was walking through, I noticed nobody was around. Grabbed a knife from the table and cut out a perfect square out of the middle of the cake. And like a fat kid, I ate it with my bare hands. I nearly choked trying to eat it so quickly, worried somebody would come into the cafe. Imagine that Heimlich maneuver. Hey, what's he choking on? Stolen cake. I washed my hands quickly of frosting and flee. A few minutes later, our CEO, flanked by his cronies, came storming through the call center, yelling that he wanted to know who ate the cake. They had a professional photographer who was going to take a photo of all of them behind the cake for the local newspaper, and now the 10 years had a huge chunk of the company name is missing. I sat quietly and said nothing. In fact, this is the first I've spoken about this in 15 years. F you and your cake. End of story. Yeah, you definitely get the petty confetti for that one. You get the petty confetti for sure. Not the, you know what? I feel like I should be mad about this because a cake was harmed, but it was, it wasn't sacrificed. It was for a good cause. And she ate it. It's not like if she had cut a square out of the middle and threw it in the trash, I'd be pissed. But she cut that square out of the middle and ate it. And if they're having a professional photographer come take a picture of this for the paper, guess what? Photoshop can fill that void back in and make it part of the cake again like that. No big deal. So there is actually a really easy solution to it there, and it isn't as much pain as the CEO is writing it up to be or is portraying it to be here. It is all just, much ado about nothing. It really is. The only harm that was done here was pissing off the CEO. And it sounds like as petty as this guy is, he deserves to be pissed off, and he deserves to be faced with a problem that he can't fix. If he's petty enough to sneak into the office on the weekends when only the call center is there and to look under the desk to make sure nobody is wearing sneakers in a call center, who he reminds me of, especially when OP talks about him being flanked by his cronies as they were walking down the hall. The boss in Christmas Vacation. The boss in Christmas Vacation, who doesn't even remember anybody's name. He's like, put the gift over there with the others. And they all look the same. That's who this guy reminds me of. And he got his too. So, what does that tell you? Also, man, if this CEO of a company is willing to come in here and do that on a weekend, like if that's where his focus is, this company can't be doing well. That's not bottom line focus, right? That's not big organizational change. That's not keeping an organization healthy. That's just being super controlling and super petty. And it's very distracting for everybody. Oh yeah, you know what? 15 years ago, you're right. 15 years ago, Photoshop wasn't what it is today. I still could have done it. You could rebuild that and make it look real easy. Easy. You could do it. 15 years. Yeah, it was around. It just wasn't what it is today with like adaptive fill and that kind of thing. It doesn't matter. You could rebuild it. Definitely could rebuild it. Cake was still edible. Yeah. It just had a hole out of the middle. That's it. So even though cake was harmed in this, but yeah, I'll give you the applause here, OP. I like it. It's worth it. And you enjoyed the cake. You didn't throw it away. It was for a good cause. And you know, it's 15 years later. I'm assuming nobody ever got busted for it. So he just had to, had to deal with the cake, or just took a picture without the cake or something. Yeah, that micromanaging is rough. And it's not even productive micromanaging. You know what I mean? It's like about stuff that legitimately has no bearing. If anything, it is micromanaging on the thing that makes your employees, your teammates, your team members less comfortable and thus less likely to do their job well. So why? Have you guys ever worked at a call center that made you wear like a suit and tie? Nah. 15 years ago was 08. Well, I feel really old now. Yeah. What year did you graduate high school, Tony Spark? He says 2010. That was 10 years after me. Class of 2000, baby. Class of 2000 here. You could have. Absolutely. Me too. Yeah. Luz, TLS, Naja, Lauren B, Adele McFadden, Christine, Lauren B as well, Gen X Brat, Adele McFadden again, TLS, H. Lynn, Tony Spark, Juju Girl with the high bears there. Greatly appreciate it. Janet, I see you there as well. Jen here, MJ Newcomb, Kelly Surrett, H. Lynn, Kate Crush, Kara, Queen of the Garden, Ariana Hunter. Thank you guys so much for the love there. Paths 1101, Fly on the Wall, Loz. Thank you guys so much. We're at 616 of 15 hundo to get Tony Spark and Confetti up here. Hey, we got a lot of class of 2000 people here. There we go. Gen X Brat, class of 1982. That's the year I was born. Probably shouldn't say that. Class of 2012, man. 88, 01, 01, 09, 2000, class of 2010. Man, it's wild. I think my dad was class of 76. Yeah, I think so. I think he was class of 76. He was a 76er. Wow, we have a very diverse age group here. Very, very diverse. Y'all are be most interested to know that I received most talented in high school for my senior year. There's a picture of me in the yearbook holding my trumpet. Just like that. Holding my trumpet, most talented. I was also president of the Future Business Leaders of America, and I was Mr. FBLA. Competed in those competitions, yeah. Did the whole suit and tie and interview kind of thing, yeah. Oh, how the world changes. Becky, Juju Girl, Trina Marie, Ellen, OK Rap, Pat's 1101, Goober, Fly on the Wall, Luz, TLS, Naja, Lauren B. Thank you guys so much. Becky, Carol, see you there as well. Thanks for the love. Paula, born in 1950. Heck yeah. So you've even, you know, at my age, 42, I've seen so much change in the world that it's wild to think, you know, people who were born well before then, the amount of change that they've seen in the world as well. Not just technology, but but societal change and just the way that people are. And I mean, think back to 20 years ago, this, like us doing this right now, would have never been a thought. Well, I say that 20 years ago. No, wouldn't have ever been a thought because it would have been 2004. Sammy, president of the FCCLA, heck yeah. Christian Museum Girls sub-teaching taught you high school kids know 80s songs. Yeah, some of it. Some of them. There's also a lot of kids who will wear t-shirts with the 80s bands that have no idea any of the songs on them too, but just because it cycles back through, the style cycles back through. When you remember cell phones looking like bricks, heck yeah. I'm an elder millennial. I am the white beard of the group. Hawks Kirsten, subscriber for month 1. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. I know, I gotta stop talking about the past. I'm feeling old here too. Feeling my age. The Razor generation. Jelly 5, Diana Pixel, Olivia Marie, Juju Girl, Jean Reed, Tanya D, H. Lynn, Living Dead Girl, Olivia Marie again, Carol Jaworski, Becky, Juju Girl, thanks so much for the love. Ellen saw you there as well. Pixel, thanks so much, greatly appreciated. You have the Nokia belt clip and everything, Tiaras. Oh, heck yeah. I don't think I had a cell phone until I was like 20. You remember the Commodore 64 computer? Man, Richard, yeah. My dad was an IT guy, so we had a computer. We had to get to stuff using MS-DOS. I remember playing some like police headquarters games and some stuff like that. But yeah, we grew up on DOS. Heck yeah. 84 Nad, subscribing for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Lacey Lex, Tony Spark, Nicole Williams, Pixel TLS as well. Thanks so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it. We'll go ahead and bounce to our next story here. This is officially story 3. It is from the AITAH subreddit. Before we get into that, 721 to 1500 on the High Bears. That is still our focus here. Okay, this story is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Announcing My Pregnancy at My Wedding? Well, it's your wedding. It's your party and you do what you want to. I, 27 female, got engaged to my boyfriend of 4 years, 28 male, a little over a year ago. My family and his family have been so happy and excited for us. My family and his know that we both want kids and have wanted them for a while. Around 4 months ago, I found out that I was pregnant. We were going to wait until after we got married to try to have kids, but since I was pregnant, we decided to announce it at our wedding that was planned to be 3 months later. It got harder as the weeks went on to hide it, but I managed. 2 weeks ago, we finally got married. Despite what happened after the fact, it was the best night of my life and I don't regret one bit of it. Before people start leaving the reception, words are hard. Before people started leaving the reception, my husband and I gathered everyone to announce our pregnancy. Once we did, almost all of the people there were happy for us and excited for us, except my mother-in-law. Yeah, it's just completely shocking that this would be the one person that wouldn't be happy for you on like the biggest day of your life. It is totally shocking. I'm so shocked. I'm going to throw some red flags in the air because like, wow. She called me selfish and rude for making the wedding all about me and that my husband deserved attention too, not just me. Almost everyone there stopped talking, but my husband quickly defended me to his mother. I tried to explain to her that I wasn't trying to take the attention away from my husband and that I just wanted to make the day even more special, but she wouldn't have it. My husband continued to defend me, but my mother-in-law just said that I brainwashed him not only into marrying him, but also having a baby with me. This visibly upset me, but I didn't say anything. I just walked away. I went to the bathroom for a few minutes in order to try to calm myself, but it didn't help much. After about 6 or 7 minutes, my husband came to check up on me, apologized for his mother, and asked if I needed anything. After another 10 minutes or so, I returned to the main area to start the after party. I noticed that my mother-in-law wasn't there anymore. I asked my husband why, and he told me that she stormed out right before he came to check up on me. I felt bad, but I continued to enjoy the after party. The afternoon after the wedding, I decided to go on my phone and text everyone to thank them for coming. Once I opened my phone, I noticed that I had a text from my mother-in-law. It consisted of her calling me a selfish a selfish biznatch who only cares about myself, and that I don't really love my husband and that I don't deserve to have a baby with him. I blocked her phone number and haven't told my husband that she texted me. I'm not sure if I should tell him or not, since I don't want this to ruin his relationship with his mother over something like this. Am I the astronaut for announcing my pregnancy at my wedding? Should I tell my husband about what his mother texted me? Okay, 2 separate questions here. Are you the astronaut for announcing your pregnancy at your wedding? Hell no. Also, you guys announced it together as something that you were both excited about. How are you detracting anything from him? What she really meant was, how dare you take the spotlight off of me? Because there's no way that she can make your pregnancy about her, right? But as we often see mother-in-laws do at weddings, she, of course, probably up to that point felt like she was the star of the show, and now she didn't have the ability to compete with you had just done. So she's like, okay, well, I'll just throw a tantrum then, and then I'll just take my ball and go home. So she did, although I think what she didn't realize was that she was trying to storm out as if that was punishing people. But she really did everybody a favor, right? Like, the night got much better after she left. So it's like she thought she was winning, but really that was you winning. But you absolutely have to tell your husband about her messages to him. Your husband, your new husband here, did the right thing by standing up for you. Probably would have been nice if he did it a little more firm, but she ended up leaving, so he did an adequate job in standing up for you, especially in front of everybody. Not allowing his mother to treat you like that is a good thing. Good job, new hubby. Good job. But he can't defend you if he doesn't know that you're being attacked, right? You have to let him know that his mother has crossed a line yet again. And while you've blocked her, you've personally said no contact, no mas. He needs that opportunity as well, and he can only make that choice if he has all of the information. He obviously doesn't agree with how she's treating you, so give him the opportunity to make his own choices. If you withhold information from him, you are making choices for him and removing that freedom. Make sense? He showed you an incredible amount of love and loyalty by standing up to his mother at your wedding right after you had announced your pregnancy. Give him the same opportunity by telling him that this has happened now. And it wasn't just a spur of the moment thing. This wasn't an anomaly because, if it was the spotlight thing and she got fed up and she wanted it to be all about her, she had a moment, that moment wouldn't have trickled over into the next day where she basically confirmed that she still feels this way. It wasn't a one-time thing. I wasn't having a fit. I am still pissed. You have to let him know. Have to. Welcome, Sergeant Mac. Good to see you. Hey, I hope you guys had a fantastic holiday. Yelsa Nicole says this could continue, and if you don't want it to, if you don't tell him, it could cause problems between hubby and wife. Absolutely. You've got to let him know. Absolutely have to let him know. I understand you think you're saving him from the pain of a fractured relationship with his mother, but that fractured relationship is not your fault. It is not your doing. All you're doing by withholding this information is putting a Band-Aid on this, or basically putting a blinder on it so that it's happening, but he doesn't see it. He needs to know. Right now, she thinks she can treat you like shit. And I guarantee you, she's like, I can say and do whatever I want, and I'm still going to get to have fun with my grandbaby because I can go through my son to make that happen. Give him the chance to create boundaries. Because right now, you guys are going to have to approach this and be like, look, you don't get to act like this and expect to have a relationship with your grandbaby. That's not how this works. So, if you want to be nice, be a big girl, be respectful, and stop being a selfish biznatch of a mother-in-law, then maybe in a couple of years we can talk about this. But you have to give your husband that opportunity. Ciaris, or just go no contact. Just rip the Band-Aid off and be done with it. That's an option there too, and it's probably going to go that direction. But first step is letting your hubby know what she messaged the next day. Yes. Oh, Sergeant Mac, what did you say here? Hey, Ellen graduated with honors with her BS in psychology. Heck yeah. Congrats, Ellen. That is fantastic. Heck yes. That is great. Very proud of you. Wait, is that what we're talking about? Peachy Lee is what we're talking about. Riddleland Mary Thunder Fliss, thank you so much for the follows there. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. Space with the follow there as well. Queen Caroline with from Ireland. Hey, glad to have you here. Thanks so much. We are at 885 of 15 hundo on the high bear goal right now. We got to get Tony Spark up here. Also, 49%, almost at 50% of the likes goal for the day. The likes goal is 600K. Francis says, my therapist always says you have to give them an opportunity to process and decide for themselves. For sure. For sure. And I think that's the respectful thing to do for your partner. Roberta, thank you so much. Greatly appreciate that. Gemma, it takes two to tango. So why is mother-in-law just taking it out on OP? Well, it's because, I'm making an assumption here, but if it is anything like the other mother-in-laws that we've seen in this kind of cycle of behavior, it's because she stole mother-in-law's bebe away from her. So it is a control and attention grab. And from what we hear from a lot of people who talk about their cultures, the control, like the power battle is way more common. It's less about actual sentiment, more about control, family control. Night Pants, 4th month, heck yeah. Glad to still have you in that gosh heckin' fam. Sue-Ann, Carrie Regan, Audra, Diana, Lacey, Lex, Lauren, Jarby, Jade, Audra, Roberta, Wonder Woman, Mungao, Mad D, Heidi J, Carrie Regan, Steph's Owl, Bammy Rose, Emily, Steph's again, Pajama Bama, Peggy, hey there, good to see you, Alex, 84 Nad, Ms. Fiery Repic, thank you so much for being here and for the love, greatly appreciate that, Diana Galvin, Kinsey Morish, TLS, Sue-Ann, thank you so much, 500 to go, we're getting there.
I thought they would miss me.
Yeah, so you gotta use your mic button here, man. You gotta talk to him. You gotta talk. So, Tony Spark doesn't want to talk until this goal is met because he said I thought they would miss me because I've been gone. And
It's fine.
he said it's fine. So clearly it's fine. It's very fine. Sue-Ann Mungao, the Effulgent One, Boo Boo, Cynthia, thanks so much. Books, Coffee, Tea, appreciate the love there. Alondra sings with the share, thanks so much. Greatly appreciate it. Ellen, so good to see you there. Congratulations. That is fantastic for you. 84 Nad, love listening in on the podcast channel. Thank you so much. Sergeant Max says he misses you, Tony.
Thanks. I missed him too.
You'll get to see him shortly. Okay, in the meantime, we're going to go and jump to story number 4 here. We've got this story to make it through those 5 hundo high bears to get Tony Spark up here. This story is from AITAH subreddit as well, and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Not Telling My Friend Her Daughter Had a Party? I have just got back from a Christmas holiday today. While I was away, I paid my friend Greta's daughter, Alana, 16 female, to come by every day and feed my cat. Alana is a responsible, kind, and hardworking girl who had cat sat for me before and babysat my kids. I trust her. Greta also has 4 much younger nieces and nephews in her care. Alana loves them, but they don't give her much personal space. I told Alana that she should feel free to use my place if she needed time on her own to chill out. And if she wanted, she could have a friend over. She could have a friend over too, as long as she thought the friend was trustworthy. I let Greta know that I had made this offer. When I walked in today, I legitimately thought my cleaning lady had been around, and I was confused because I thought she was taking this fortnight off. The house was pristine. There was the faint smell of cleaning products in the air. It looked better than when I had left. The cat was happy and well cared for. Chatting to my next door neighbor just now, he mentioned that it sounded like the kids at my place on New Year's Eve had a great time. I mean, at least they cleaned up afterward, right? I asked for clarification, and it sounds like Alana had more than one mate over. There was music, possibly tipsy laughter, a bit of squealing, and general frivolity. My neighbor was not complaining at all. His family wasn't disturbed by it. He thought it was nice that they were having a good time. A few things. Greta is a wonderful parent and a good friend who is very strict with her kids, much more than I am with mine. She definitely would not have sanctioned this gathering. If she finds out, Alana will be in trouble. I've known Alana for years and met some of her friends. I can practically guarantee there would have been nothing worse than one bottle of passion pop, or whatever the young folk drink these days, between the lot of them, if they were drinking at all. If there were any boys here, I would be incredibly surprised. Having a covert party is irresponsible, sure. And although it sounds weird, sure, but although it sounds weird, she is the kind of kid I would trust to be personally irresponsible and not let anything get out of hand. The kids didn't break anything or steal anything and clearly cleaned the place from top to bottom afterwards. Will I be the astronaut if I just pretended the conversation I had with my neighbor never happened? Should I let Alana know, even if I don't tell Greta? Oh, so to catch you guys up, if you're just now popping in, OP had a friend's daughter. Was it a friend's daughter or a niece? Had a friend's daughter, house sit for her basically, and cat sit, and she said that she could crash there and have a friend over if she liked. She ended up having a New Year's Eve party, but cleaned it pristinely. And the neighbor said it sounded like the kids there had a great time. This friend's daughter's mom, so the friend, is super strict. So OP is now struggling with, do I tell my friend that her daughter had a party at my house, even though she didn't? She was very responsible about it, left it cleaner than than OP had left it. Or does she just pretend like that conversation with the neighbor where they said it sounded like they had a great time, even just forget about it? Should she hear?
Why is that string of words so hard?
Should she pretend like that conversation never happened? Tony Spark, you know what they say about snitches. This 16-year-old girl named Alana, who's apparently like a straight edge kid, is going to show up and be like, "Are you a narc?" She got her brass knuckles out.
I need to hire her as her cleaning.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you might have a new cleaning lady there. Yeah, so I expected this to be kind of a torn thing. Let it go. Just don't make it a habit. Keep quiet. Encourage her to fess up herself. So, I mean, you have to look at the allegiances here. This is your friend's daughter, right? And I would say if the connection here was directly to Alana, it would be a different story. But because the connection is directly to your friend, I feel like your first allegiance is to your friend. And while, yes, she did have an unsanctioned party, she was extremely responsible about it. So it is either find a way to communicate this to your friend with like softening the blow and not straight up outing her, or do communicate directly to Alana and say, "Hey, I know this happened. It's put me in a really weird position because now I either have to pretend like it didn't happen to my friend, your mom, or I have to feel like I'm ratting you out. I don't want to be in that position. I would love to give you the opportunity to come clean yourself, and I will help smooth it over because you partied in the most responsible way that I've ever seen anybody party. It almost seems like they got it too clean. Like there had been something really bad happening there. Like they brought in the crime scene cleanup team and bleached everything down." Do not tell. Mom is never going to let her house sit for you again. Well, if you do or don't tell, though, I feel like where's the trust here? The trust is between OP and her friend. That's the hard part. Is OP's been put in a really, really tough position here. And while my gut instinct is like, oh, just let it slide. At least, I mean, she covered it up so well. There's no way to cover up that amount of noise, though. And that's where Alana got sloppy. So if anything, you know, if you're going to be the cool mom's friend, if anything, say to Alana, like, "Hey, if you're going to try to hide it, make sure you're doing something about the noise next time, because neighbor Joe here did mention it to me. But nice job leaving the place pristine clean." That's if you're going to take the cool mom's friend route. I really feel like the allegiance here is to the friend, though. I feel like there's got to be a way to get yourself out of this awkward position. It would be great if Alana took care of that herself, but I don't know, man. You know what? You know who I really want to chime in on this? I really want Tony Spark to chime in on this. We are at 12:45 of 15 hundo. It is possible. It is possible to get him up here. The cool route, L says. Someone always knows. Maybe mom already knows. Well, okay. The only tip OP here has is because the neighbor said something. If neighbor hadn't said anything, she would have never known a thing, right? She just came home to a clean house. That's all she knows. Two girls can make a lot of noise. Ask the kid first. But it was a job, not a favor. Ellie Thunder says, you got a point. I mean, she paid her. She paid her to do it. Sergeant Max says a one-on-one with Alana would be the best approach. I think either way, if you feel like you need to let the friend know, talking to Alana first makes sense. Give her the opportunity to come clean first, if that's what you want to do. But talk to the mom first, yeah. And just be like, hey, my neighbor said you guys had a great time. Wasn't mad about it, just said you guys sound like you had a great time. Neighbors lie, Darlene says. Oh. But the neighbors could say something to the mother as well. The risk of that is probably diminished if they live in a different building, and it sounds like they do. But, I mean, it could be. It could be. Yeah, the neighbors could say something. Diana, you just now got the notification? Are you not subscribed for the SMS notifications, or did you just now get the SMS? By the way, we have SMS notifications. If you're not subscribed yet, go to dusty-thunder.com. You can sign up there. I got mine today. Yeah, you know what? If it was a gaggle of girls, or even just, two or three, our girls have had friends over at night, and they can get awfully loud. Awfully loud. But they're good at cleaning. Just got the SMS. Wow, Diana, that's weird. Rhett says, yes, I get the friend part, but at the same time, not our kid, not our place. I don't know. I don't know about that angle because it happened at OP's place. OP had hired this girl to do something. OP said that she could come hang out there and have a friend over. So, Ellen, you didn't get the SMS this time? What is going on? Mrs. Hoovian, yes, the SMS do work internationally. Internationally. Naeem from Pakistan, glad to have you here. Thanks so much. Faith says, if it was me, I didn't know nothing. Zool, hey, good to see you there. No harm, no foul. Yeah, I don't know. That's ultimately where I land here. I don't know. I would feel like I would need to let my friend know, but I wouldn't do anything without talking to the kid first and being like, hey, nice job on cleanup, by the way. I'll pay you to clean. But then, like, hey, the neighbor did let me know. It sounded like you guys were having a party. Let's talk. Let's talk. Quantucky with a share. Snowflake with a share there as well, or the follow. Thanks so much for that. Greatly appreciate it. And TLS, Diana Galvin, Faye, you are not enough. Too funny. H. Lynn, Mitzi Elbers, Tony Spark, Shannon Aaron, MJ Newcomb, Mitzi again, Juju Girl, Dobby Potter, Cynthia Laredo, TLS, I like my dog more than you. 84 Nad, Mitzi again. I like my dog again. 84 Nad, Southern Country. Tony Spark again. Sunrise Bubbles. Denise Bustard. Mandala Will. Steph Riddle. Thank you so much for the love there. Kristen Fleury. Steffens. Sorry. Thanks so much for the love. Greatly appreciate it. $13.95 of $15. We are going to get to talk to Tony Spark soon. Damn, Alana, it doesn't even look like you had a party in here. Amanda says. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Less than 100 to go. So part of the reason that I feel like we need Tony Sparks' perspective on this is because I know he's got some relatable stories. Some that involve like having to patch holes in the wall. He's got some good stories that are relatable. Yeah, he's got both sides of the story. So he's got some good input here. The Effulgent one says at most talk to the girl and tell her it's their secret this time. Tell the mom you gave the daughter permission to have a friend or two over. Did we ever get an update on the fake leg story, San Diego? I haven't seen one. Not to say that there isn't one, but I haven't seen it. Zen Dragonfly subscribed for the first time. Welcome to the gosh heckin' fam, and you guys did it. You guys did it. You hit the high bear goal to get Tony Spark up here. Let's talk about that for a second. We'll get him up here, and we'll start the next gift goal. TLS Journey leading the board here. H. Lynn Cross, Southern Country, WLC 7173, Prep Girl, Jen here, Creo Lecuti, Creole Cutie, not Creo Lecuti, Creole Cutie. Words are hard. AK Mary, T Hef 90, Michelle Heather, Diana 5520, Tony Spark, Pam K, Kinsey Morrish, Juju Girl, Dobby Potter, Pirate Pups, Mitzi Elbers, Sue Ann, Wendy Taylor, Mungal, Fell Hermit Fairy, Peggy Bias Jump, Pixie Dust, CKNY, Becky Morby, Curves, M Lobster, Rebecca Barrett, Carrie Riggin, Jade Sue, Jilly 55, Trini Marie, Kimberly P, Not That Ellen, Donna, 12661, Lacey Lax, 84 Nat 3, Violet Green, Jean Reed, Salty Shellback, Woo 77, Audra Holzer, Adele McFadden, Pausies, and Jade Riola. Thanks so much for the love there. We're going to get the next one set up and get Tony Spark up here to talk about this. He's got some good stories for you. He's got some good ones. Okay, this one is going to be... Have I passed it already? How can you not dance? You got to be like dancing in your seat right now, right? Makes it tougher to type. We are going to unlock a cake, reward story, and a Caden Thunder appearance with, forget how many I just entered, 400 donuts. That's going to get him there. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this guy up here to talk to you. What? The sound just stopped. I don't know what's going on. Just a,
Hey everybody, how's everybody doing?
He's a confetti.
Feel like Dusty. I'm just gonna have confetti all over. How is everybody? How's everybody doing? Everybody have a good Christmas, good New Year. Yeah, I got confetti everywhere. Hi, everybody. Hi, there's a lot of highs. Happy New Year, the Phoenix. Anybody have any crazy New Year stories? I feel like I let people down because I had probably about the most boring New Year's Eve I've ever had in my entire life this year. So I'm peeling.
Tony Spark is up there picking bugs out of his hair on camera.
Confetti everywhere. Yeah, my New Year's was it's everywhere. Don't wear a hoodie and get shot with confetti. Welcome to adult
kid you
life.
not.
Yeah, that's what I that's kind of what I said. We were over at our neighbor's house and 11 o'clock came and everybody got ready and they were watching the ball drop in New York and they got the champagne and the kids got all the stuff and they all got excited because it was midnight and then everybody went to bed and I looked around and I go, is this my life now? Is this what I'm doing? We're celebrating 11 o'clock.
Were you messaging on New Year's Eve?
Probably. No, it was the night before. I think it was the night before. Okay. I don't know if it was the fact that we could have been elevated at the time, but the conversation that Candy Thunder and I had, I think it was the night before. I think it was Friday
I
night
have to tell him what you
or Saturday night.
You sent me a picture of a Taylor Swift cutout and you said Walmart's taking advantage of Ted.
Yeah, because Ted was scrolling through Facebook and there's an ad for a Taylor Swift cutout. And I was like, if I had the Travis Kelce cutout, I would have ordered it. But then also, I feel like they did a really shitty job on the cutout. It was not quality.
I thought it was a Taylor Swift outfit.
Yeah, she thought it was an outfit. And I'm like...
I was like, why is he ordering?
Then cut to both of us just laugh. The rest of that conversation was the most ridiculous thing. And it was super funny. But yeah, it was, yeah. We were like, we were very complimentary of ourselves about how funny we were because we were cracking ourselves up with it. But that was about the craziest thing happen. And I think I sent the same one where I sent a GIF and I'm like, it's not really relevant. I'm not really sure why I sent that one. Like I was second guessing it, but
Okay, wait, we got to steer you back to the story.
back to the story.
The party story.
Yeah.
Clean up.
Yeah.
What do you think? And then what's some of your relatable?
So I can relate with the what was her name? Alana or
Alana, yeah.
yeah. So when I was in my younger days, when my parents would be out of town, you know, I may have had a small gathering with a couple of friends, and we didn't do as good a job cleaning as really, Dustin. Okay, we didn't quite do as good a job of cleaning as Alana, and there may or may not have been a hole that appeared in some drywall, and so I needed some help fixing it because I didn't know what I was doing, and actually a family friend of ours who actually worked for my dad at the time, and her husband was a contractor, so he actually came over and looked at it. And then we would, every time I'd have a party, they had a dumpster at their house, so I would take all of our beer cans and stuff over there. And as far as I know, they never said anything to my parents, so they were the cool people. So I appreciated that, and I had a lot of different people in my life that have been the cool people. I also like to think that I'm the fun uncle too. So the statute of limitations isn't quite up for that one yet. So I would maybe have the conversation with Alana. I would say, hey, look, I don't care as long as you guys are being safe, being careful, you clean up, don't break anything, don't do anything too stupid, just be smart. And yeah, no harm, no foul. Nothing happened. It was all good. Now, if something would have happened, it'd be a whole different story. If she shows up and a bunch of stuff is broken or somebody gets hurt, that would obviously be not a great thing. But yeah, no harm, no foul.
Tony's a fun uncle.
I'm the fun uncle.
I get it.
Are Taylor and Travis getting engaged? Funny story about that. Also a conversation that Candy and I had last night about how there was the local news crew that came and did a piece on Mission Protect the Cake, and it got picked up and played in Kansas City, and it was on Kansas City, and I had somebody send me the link. They were like, hey, my parents saw Dustin on the deal, and it was in Kansas City. And so Candy goes, oh, so basically Taylor saw and knows. And I was like, yeah, like she was baking cookies for Travis and the news was on in the background, and then she heard it and she's like, ooh, turn this up. And then he turned it up for her. And then, now any day now Taylor's team is going to reach out because she wants to be a part of it. So that's obviously. Obviously.
There's no other.
That's obviously what happened. And
Funkle Tony.
Dusty seems to disagree with that. He called us Delulu, and I like to think we are blindly optimistic.
There you go. I think part of the problem was that when they interviewed me, because our agency here is part of Mission Protect the Cake as well, and we're facilitating through the local organization. So when they interviewed me, they used my Muggle name, which is Dustin Storm, and they didn't call me Dusty Thunder on there. So when Taylor saw it, she didn't see Dusty Thunder, so she wouldn't be able to find Dusty Thunder on TikTok because she wasn't looking for the right person. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Oh, does it?
See, look, somebody's saying manifest your dreams. That's exactly what we're doing. Look at Travis Kelce.
Shoot your shot.
Travis just shot his shot, and now he's getting married to Taylor, and they're having babies and living in Kansas City. Look at him. Look at him go. Look at him go. Shoot your shot, people. That's the motto for 2024. Shoot your shot.
I'm down. Tony Spark, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm down. Shoot your shot, 2024. Okay. That's the year of shooting your shot. That's where it is. I'm down. I like it. But the two of them enable each other when it comes to T-Swift, for sure. They'll let you all announce their engagement. Hey, Dana. Yeah, probably. It's probably going to be during a live. Yeah. It probably will be. For sure. Tony Spark, ladies and gentlemen. We're already over halfway there to the donuts, with the donuts goal to get a cake story and Caden Thunder out here. In the meantime, we will go ahead and jump on Caden Thunder's ready for you too. We're going to jump on story 5, which is a petty revenge story here. This story is titled The Story of the Work Radio. Hey guys, long-time lurker, first-time poster. Let's get into it. It all started 7 to 8 years ago. I used to work outdoors in an industrial setting that was rather loud. I worked by myself on a little island, and there were 2 teams that worked nearby on a set of concrete slabs. Between all of us was one communal radio. The issue began with the diversity of the employees. There really wasn't any common ground when it came to music choice. Eventually, we developed days where each of us would get a turn choosing the music that was enjoyed by the surrounding workers. It was going great until one day it was my day to choose the music, and being the nice, considerate person I am, I made a playlist on my phone that contained music from everyone's listening preferences. I thought it was a genius move and figured this would at least provide us all with satisfaction and be able to enjoy listening to music that everyone can enjoy, or so I thought. Working this job, I had to hop in and out of forklifts to move pallets occasionally, typically 3 to 4 times a day for 30 minutes at a time. While doing so, my phone was kept at my desk so as to not interfere with the music. So this day, I hopped in the forklift, humming to some music I had stuck in my head. I finished running pallets back and forth, hopped out of the forklift, and began working on the next set of pallets until I noticed the same genre of music had been playing for 15 to 20 minutes. I looked at my phone and noticed the music was paused and definitely stopped on a song that was not playing. I thought to myself, that's odd. Maybe the phone randomly disconnected or something, so I adjusted the radio back to Bluetooth and went about my business. Next forklift tripped, comes and goes, and again the music has changed. At this point, I know someone is messing with the radio, so I flipped it back to Bluetooth and started playing music that I know everyone around me isn't a fan of, but I love. Why be the nice guy when it's not appreciated? This goes on for weeks. I play my choice of music, and every time I get in the forklift, it changes. I just change it back every time I get out, even though some people start hooting and hollering at me. Oh well, I'm here to work, not make friends. Eventually, the radio dies as it was old and exposed to the elements sometimes. We go a week without a radio, and I get an idea. Nobody wanted to put up for a communal radio, as it was clear other people couldn't agree on sharing. Remember, folks, sharing is caring. I decided to take some money from my next paycheck, buy a nice big Bluetooth speaker, and post it at my workstation. Everyone thought it was so cool. How nice of me to bring it in. And the smile on my face kept getting... words are hard. And the smile on my face kept getting bigger and bigger. They didn't realize that I wasn't going to be sharing this speaker. They came up with a schedule, proposed it to me, and watched me rip it up in front of them. Instead, they had to endure weeks of me blasting Kentucky bluegrass and old country music, whichever I saw fit. The tension in the workplace could be cut with a knife. They knew I was doing it to spite them, and there was nothing that they could do about it. It took them a month of trying to hide my speaker, trying to bully me into letting them use it before they went out and bought a radio from Walmart. Unluckily for them, my speaker was still louder. Friggin' love it. And you get the petty confetti for that one. That's fantastic. You bought it yourself. I mean, what? They just thought that they had some communal ownership rights to it because you were the one who took the initiative to buy it and bring it in? Hails no. Also, I mean, headphones are a thing, right? Headphones are a thing. If everybody can agree on things, like, yeah, just do that. I know some places aren't allowed to use headphones for safety reasons, but if nobody can agree on the music that's being played here, that's where headphones come in handy. And this happens here sometimes too. Like, we'll have some music playing that a couple people aren't particularly fans of, and the headphones go on. They don't bitch about it. They just put their headphones on. It's like Candy and Tony are both like, no, we'll bitch about it. Yeah. Down on a forklift. Yeah. So there are some occasions where it won't work out for that. But Tony left some notes on here and said this could be a good DFHB club question, and the ask on scale could still be applied. Okay. So is this a DFHB club move? I mean, if they had bought it and made it communally readily available for everybody, like, it would be the nice guy thing to do. But he tried to do the nice guy thing before and got burnt. Burned? I don't know. He tried to do the nice guy thing before by creating a mix of things that everybody would like, and they took advantage of it. So that's typically what happens to nice guys, right? You're a nice guy until somebody screws you enough times to where you become an asshole. That's what it happens. Scale wise here, I don't know. I think this is an NTA thing, man. I mean, you tried to do the right thing multiple times. Every time got taken advantage of until you eventually said, screw it, I'll do my own thing. And you still provided music. Something's better than nothing, right? I mean, when it comes to work, I love to have music rocking. I can't work with silence going on. I need there to be some kind of driving beat and force, and it's like a rhythm to the day or rhythm to whatever I'm doing at that time. Silence drives me absolutely nuts. So I'd rather have something that I don't like than silence. Clearly, not everybody agrees with that kind of thing, but I think you were still doing them a service and still doing them a favor by having it playing, even after you bought your own Bluetooth speaker and were playing just the music you like. So I think it's an NTA. It's an NTA from me. Jocelyn, I'm your music on Wednesday. I'm down. Sorry, I don't have any musical instruments or anything with me, but sometimes we do play some boppa music. You know what I mean? I've got to have it. Like, I use it probably in a weird way, but I will change the genre or style of music that I'm listening to based on whatever I'm doing. I guess it's not that weird because they have playlists for focusing, for relaxing, for energizing. Like, workout playlists are different, but I will pick music that I want to be, or that I feel like could be the soundtrack if whatever I'm doing right then was a movie. I want it to be a soundtrack. I want it to be supportive and help kind of propel me through that time. Particularly when I'm writing, like Piano Man, I have some really good playlists that kind of go along with the theme for that. And it works really, really well to get me in the right headspace for it. Lo-fi vibes when you're working. There you go. There you go. A Coco Melon. Oh my gosh. Freaking Coco Melon. Navy Thunder has some kind of unnatural love for. Here's the original Coco Melon is like, will grate your very last nerve. But they have Coco Melon Lane on Netflix, which is much, much better. You can tell the production budget went way up for that, and it is not nearly as grating. But Navy Thunder is like, it wants so much Coco Melon right now. We're like, oh God, please, anything but that. It has gotten better, for sure. Ariana sent a gifted sub. To Carrie and Cats. Heck yeah. Thank you for sending that gifted sub. And Carrie and Cats, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam hard case with a team bracelet. Twinkle Saz, hard case again. Queen Huntress, Nikki K Crush, Candy Thunder with the donuts there. Mama Tank, Anna Beatriz Bermudez, Tigger, Jelly 5, SPG 11 Mama, Shannon Aaron, Sue Ann RT, Pam K, Gin Design Store, Carrie Lee, 84 Nad, Rebecca Barrett, Lunary, is it Lunary Iron Wolf? Or is it Luna? Words are flipping hard. Lunary or Lunary? Whichever way. They both sound cool. Lady Iron Wolf. Yes. Tina Mafia Pixel. Thank you so much, Ms. Fiery Repic. Thank you so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it. Fell Hermit Fairy, Cat Renner Leadham, Di Thompson subscribed. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. H. Len sent that gifted sub over there. Michelle Heather with the donuts there too. Megs, Rebecca, thanks so much. Juju Girl, greatly appreciate it. Random says, anything high tempo music for the graveyard shifts? Yeah. Just keep going through there. I'm buffering. My brain is for sure. For sure. We are at 87% on the likes goal right now. We're at 336 of 400 to get Caden Thunder up here, and he will have a cake story reward for that as well. And oh no, am I actually buffering? Am I frozen? Or is it just my brain? Just my brain? We're doing okay? Okay. If you're having issues, you might jump out and jump back in. We've heard that one before. Wonder Woman, subscribe for month one. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Violet, Rebecca, Janice, Juju Girl, Fell Hermit Fairy, Cat, Renner Leadham. Thanks so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it. Ellen Sergeant Mac, I think it might just be you. Well, I'm sure some other people are having issues, but my brain is frozen and buffering. Faux show. I think everybody else's feed is fine. 348 of 400. We're going to get there. 352. Coming down here, down to the wire. We're going to get there. I'm going to go start the music. We are definitely going to get there. Carlos, is this on live for real? Yeah, for real. We are definitely live. Definitely. 372 for hundo. We're going to get there. I thought it was higher than that and just jump back down. I don't know. Live for real. Yep. For sure. So close to the like goal there too. 90%. We're moving. 376 of 4 hundo. I went ahead and started the music so we can just jam out for a second while we make our way there. Lisa Sparks, Olivia Marie, Tony Spark, Mary Fain, Diana Galvin, Zen Dragonfly, Violet, Mary, Rebecca. Thanks so much for the love there. Tony Spark, Michelle Heather, MJ Newcomb got there. Hey, oh, look at that. We knew it was going to happen. Karen Louise leading the board by a mile this time. This is fine. TLS Journey, Michelle Heather, AK Mary, Jilly 55, Candy Thunder, 84 Nat 3, Southern Country, Diana 5520, Pam K, Ellie Thunder, good name, Suanne 257, Prep Girl, Olivia and Sons, Hardcase, Dawn Banks, Fell Hermit Fairy, Ms. Fiery Repic, Kimberly P, Dobby Potter, Fane 13, Juju Girl, Tony Spark, Rebecca Barrett, Ari Hunt, Heidi J, Lacey Lex, K Crush, You Are Enough, Megs 5030, Shannon Aaron, Mama Tank, El Marine, Effulgent One, and Jane Owen. Thanks so much for the love, guys. Greatly appreciate the support. We're gonna get our next one set up here. Oh, hopefully this one is still around. Gotta dance. Gotta do it. Okay, we have the ability to unlock a spicy reward story in Confetti with this one. It is 1 hundo. Snowman. 99 coin snowman. Okay, Mr. Producer Tony Spark, would you like me to read the story first? Or would you like Caden Thunder to hop up here first and then read the story? Caden Thunder, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring him up.
Ladies and gentlemen. Caden Thunder!
Wow. Bet you didn't see that one coming. You know me. I'm just a guy. Just a guy making noises. But aren't we all? Just making noises. How's everyone doing? Yep, I'm taking off into 2024. New year, new me. I make noises now. Wow.
Didn't even make it to the camera.
Well, they just shot a confetti cannon, but was
Little bit of weak sauce going on.
was a little weak. Still, the thought that counts. Ooh-wee.
Lights go. Yeah. Nice job, everyone.
Their aim was good. The confetti cannon just went. Meow. Yeah, yeah, Stacy, that's what it is. Thanks. Yeah. Let's go.
That's Party City.
Let's go. Woo-wee. Yes, I did. I watched the Christmas special. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. He gave me 9 vibes. So, how are you guys doing? How was your New Year's? How was your Christmas? Tell me about your lives. I want to know.
That was better.
That was better.
Yeah, size doesn't matter. The smaller one got the job done.
I don't feel like my wife's allowed to say that.
Oh, brother.
So just for comparison here, this is one that was just shot that actually did a decent job. This was the previous one. Thought it was. Just shot and shot before. Good, no good.
Okay, guys, I'm actually...
It also might have been an operator.
I'm Dusty Thunder now. It's 2024. New year, new Dusty. It's me. I started a new skincare routine. Shaved my beard a little bit. Are you the DFHB?
Is that your impersonation of me?
Yeah. What's going on? It's me, Dusty. Yeah. I'm hip now.
I'm hip now. Yeah, there you go. Tacos or burritos? Quick.
Tacos or burritos?
Both?
No, burritos.
Burritos.
I like bean burritos.
New Year's resolution. Get there fast.
I'm gonna have a good year.
That's
my New Year's resolution.
I'm down.
Good year.
I'm down. Is it burrito over street tacos? Because taco, there's taco and there's street tacos. Those are two separate things. Right?
I'd still burritos.
Is it?
I like bean burritos.
How about a quesadilla?
I like burritos.
Quesadilla.
Burritos. Refried beans in a burrito with some queso on the top. Yummy. Scrumptious.
So good and tasty. All right, I'll dive into the
All right, guys. Bye.
Reward story here. We're rocking and rolling here. Thank you, Caden Thunder. Appreciate you coming up. 2024 Dusty. He's the 2024 model. I'm the older model. I've been replaced. It happens. It happens. A meat samosa. What is a meat samosa? Dusty Thunder lore. DFHB is the Decent Effing Human Beings Club. You heart both models. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Wonder Woman, you flew off your bike at the park on Monday? Well, like over the handlebars? Is that how you become Inside Out Girl? Is that how that works? I hope that you're okay. My dad actually had a biking accident because he would bike to work when we were little. He's always been the sacrificing dad, kind of like that. Like he would leave a nicer car at home for mom, and he'd like ride a bike to work because he just cared about providing for us. And had like a bad accident where he flipped over and had to be taken to the hospital, and it was bad. I'm classic. There you go. Ghetto tacos in Joplin. Heck yeah. So good. Thursday is or no, they're in town on Taco Tuesday, right? Tuesdays? Ghetto tacos? Yeah, I'm a fan. Well, yeah, and they've got a permanent location now too, but Tuesday. Okay, we are on the cake reward story now. Let's rock and roll with that. This one is from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Bringing White Chocolate Cake When Asked to Bring Chocolate Dessert? I, 24 female, recently moved to the city most of my paternal families live in. I grew up in another city and went to college on a different coast and wasn't close with them, spending only 6 Christmases with them growing up. I visited everyone in person once I moved, so they know I'm living in the same city. I'm a pretty good cake and, words are hard. I'm a pretty good cook and baker. So when I was invited to a potluck family party at my grandparents', I brought chicken stew, which received a lot of praise. One of my aunts asked if I also bake, and I said yes, showing them a few pics of my baked goods. My cousin Lisa, 30 female, then invited me to her little gathering, telling me it's a drink and dessert party and that the theme is chocolat. I made a beautiful white chocolate cake for the party. It wasn't big, as Lisa told me there would be like 10 people attending, but because it was small, I was able to make it a little fancier with silver and white winter decorations. Everyone exclaimed how beautiful the cake was, and when Lisa put it on the table, it stood out as the rest were different shades of chocolate brown. My cake was praised. The food and drink were delicious. I hung out with my cousins and met Lisa's friends and her husband's family. I thought everyone was nice. Later, Lisa called me, not exactly complaining, but telling me next time I should keep to the theme of the party. I told her I did, as white chocolate is chocolate. Lisa said that her husband's sister and a couple of nieces thought it was inappropriate of me to bring a dish that stood out so much, completely ignoring the party theme. They felt all everyone talked about was my cake. They asked Lisa to tell me to tone it down or don't invite them or me to the same party because they can't stand someone so attention-seeking. Personally, I didn't think I did anything wrong, but this is a group of 3 people thinking the same thing, so am I the astronaut? Holy shit. It's not just mother-in-laws, ladies and gentlemen. It is I love it. Could you be not so good so you don't take all the attention? That was the problem. They literally said they didn't want you to detract from the other things. You did stick to the theme. They didn't give you a color palette to work with. They said the theme was chocolate. You did chocolate. You did it too well. That's the problem. It wouldn't have mattered if you brought a milk chocolate or dark chocolate thing that was the brown tones that are on the palette for the party theme. If it was as delicioso as it likely would have been because you're good and spent extra time on it, it would have received additional praise as well. And then it wouldn't be a matter of it being not on brand, but it would be just a matter of you being too good. So they just used whatever they could. They would have found something different if they had to, but it was just the easiest thing for them to grab. And it's because they didn't like you being so good that you stole the show. Which, from your perspective, I got to think, if this is a party full of ass bags like this, do I really want to go anyway? If I have to hold myself back and not be too good because people can't handle me being too good, do I really want to be there anyway? I don't think you do. So the question here was, am I the astronaut for bringing white chocolate cake when asked to bring chocolate dessert? Hell no. It sounds delicious. And you know what? A lot of people aren't fans of white chocolate, so they would have enjoyed the other desserts more. Chocolate is chocolate. Envy colored chocolate. There you go. Bring green. Bring a green one. Hey, Juju Girl. Thanks so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it. Janice, Shannon, Tom, Demon Fire, Hunter Girl, A Flower with the snowman's there. Severed Carnage. Hunter Girl, Juju Girl, Ellen, Lacey Lex, Sue Ann, Lisa Sparks, Diana Galvin, Carol Jaworski, Sue Ann RT, Diana again, Jilly 5, Rebecca, Overkill Mill there with all the snowmen, Frost-edged, Sue Ann RT, Overkill Mill again, Frau Tati Tawi. Is it Tawi? Tawil. Towel. Mary with the snowman there as well. Southern Country with the snowman there too. Thank you guys so much for the love. They're greatly appreciated. Juju Girl, Heidi, Kara, Janice, Shannon, Tom, Demon Fire. Thanks so much for the love. They're greatly appreciated. Danny says, I prefer dark chocolate, but that doesn't prevent me from enjoying the other kinds in different forms. I think it really comes down to this is just people who can't handle someone stealing the show, and they were outdone, and maybe something that they had put a considerable amount of time and work into was they felt like less than because yours stood out so well. So it is petty, and it is a stupid thing for them to get shitty about and to make a specific request to you. Or you say she wasn't really complaining, but that was a complaint. Them asking you to do something differently because it didn't make them feel good. You probably don't want to be around those people. Miss Elaine says, I don't think anybody called complaining except the host. Correct. Now, when the host called, she had said that a few other people had said something too, which could be bullshit. It could be her just blowing smoke to try to add some credibility to her claim here. That could absolutely be the case. It very could be. Very well could be. It's an NTA for me, and now white chocolate cake sounds freaking good. Maeve Delaney, Kimberly P, Ann M. Bracker, Shannon, Hannah, thanks so much for the love. They're greatly appreciated. Juju Girl, Heidi, Kara, all the love. Greatly. Man, I am really hungry for white chocolate cake now. I want it. I want it in my belly. Bye, Miles. Miles is out, ladies and gentlemen. OP, how dare you make the effort to bring a good chocolate cake they like they asked. Yes. How dare you make something that everyone loves? How dare you make it so beautiful that it makes everything else look like a bunch of dirty worms next to it? Which so you tell them red velvet is dyed chocolate. Oh gosh. Yeah, their heads would explode. Cheryl Conrad, Maeve Delaney, Ann M. Bracker, Shannon Aaron, Maeve again there, Kimberly P. and Hannah Lewis. Thanks so much for the love. Greatly appreciate that. We are at 3901 hundo on the snowman there, and that is going to unlock a spicy reward story. So we'll go ahead and bounce over to our regularly scheduled number 6 story here, which is from the AITAH subreddit. After I take a drink of water.
Oh no, it's almost gone.
This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Breaking Up with My Girlfriend Over Music Records? Timeout. Read story 7? Okay.
Oh, do you want those?
I'm being pivoted, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, go ahead.
Wait, which one am I reading? 7? 6? 6, 7? 6, 7? Okay. All right. 6. Am I the astronaut for breaking up with my girlfriend over music records? Before I dive into the story, as a reminder, this is going on today. Wheel of Thunder is going on today. We are having the VIP live after this live. So after we finish here, about 10, 15 minutes after the fact, we'll start up that VIP live and we'll spin the Wheel of Thunder, where the top 10 gifters, 2 new members of the Storm, 2 existing members of the Storm, will be spun a couple of times to have some winners of stickers and other fun stuff. So just letting you know. Okay. Now, back to our regularly scheduled story. I, 25 male, and my girlfriend, 25 female, have been together for 3 years, and we just moved in together. I pay rent because she's not currently working. We have very different music tastes. She is a hardcore Taylor Swift fan, only listens to Taylor Swift, and I love rock bands and all. Radiohead, Blur, Foo Fighters, Nirvana, Arctic Monkeys, etc. My point is that she has every Taylor Swift record, vinyl, and I have many of my own favorites. She doesn't like what I listen to at all. I don't like Taylor Swift, but I tolerate her for my girlfriend's sake. She keeps saying that Taylor is the music industry and that no one's better. As I said, hardcore Swiftie. 2 days ago, I came home and most of my records were gone. I asked her where they were since they're pretty expensive and my favorite hobby. She said she got rid of them. I was furious. Got rid of them? I asked her why, and she said she didn't like that I listened to so much depressing music and that people who listen to rock are very toxic. What even? I got mad and told her to get out. She started screaming at me because I'm an idiot who doesn't know what real music is. At this point, I didn't even care what she did, and after some more screaming and yelling, she left. I sent her a text yesterday and told her that we're over and she can come pick up her things. She told everyone that I'm a toxic a-hole and that I'm crazy. P.S. I'm not even sad. I just want my records back. Am I the astronaut? No, this is not about a Taylor Swift thing. This is about someone thinking that their thing is the only thing and being completely intolerant of every other kind of thing that is out there. Coincidentally, we happen to be listening to the soundtrack from Trolls 2, which is the what, Age of Rock, or what is it called? World Tour. So Trolls 2 is about, it's just coincidentally is the rockers are trying to make all the trolls like one nation under rock, but it's not rock specific. It is about there being intolerance of different tastes and different styles of music, and eventually they all become educated and everybody accepts everybody for who they are, right? But the lesson there is the intolerance is the ignorance, right? And this person who doesn't matter what kind of music she was latching onto, it could have been flipped, and it's the intolerant person who just completely not only just didn't have any respect for their partner's kind of music, didn't have any respect for their partner, took things that belonged to them and threw them out. That goes beyond just intolerance for someone's music taste. She just has no respect for you at all, bro. That is not okay. And it's a good thing that you just went ahead and said, okay, that's over the line. We're through, because that's just wild. Like nobody does that kind of thing. And I know there are a lot of people who are very, very, very adamant about their style of music being the only good one. But my God, there are so many beautiful styles of music out there, and they each have their time and place. And there's no room or place in this world for intolerance. There just isn't. Like, who cares? Why are you trying to impose your will on someone else? Why are you trying to impose your freaking taste on somebody else? Why are you trying to force someone else to be just like you? That's one of the lessons in Trolls 2 too. And I hate that I'm using Trolls 2.
So good.
I hate that I'm using that as like the reference point for everything here because it makes me a complete toddler dad, but it is so good and it teaches such great lessons. And yeah, it's not just Bluey that teaches great parenting lessons. It's also Trolls too, but it's like a great world lesson. The intolerance is just, it's unforgivable here. And the fact that she took things of yours without even talking to you first and just got rid of them and thinks because you listen to rock music that you're a depressed, toxic person. Like, pfft. She is definitely an ASCON 1. So we're going to put her on that record and send it all the way up to the top. She hit the number 1 spot on today's asshole countdown for being completely intolerant. Lisa, can't get into jazz, can tolerate opera, but I have eclectic taste. I love jazz. I haven't gotten into opera. There are some things that I haven't gotten into or that I have, less of a taste for, but that's what makes us individuals, opinions and music taste are like assholes. Everybody's got one. And that's what makes us all beautifully different. I think it's great. I think Candy Thunder has a very different music taste than I do. And there are some things whenever I put them on, she's like, yeah, not feeling it. There's some, yeah, Candy Thunder is a big 90s country fan. And although I've been exposed to it my whole life, it's not the thing that I would turn on and be like, this makes me feel good. Navy Thunder falls asleep to it. She loves it. She absolutely loved 90s country. If you're trying to put Navy Thunder to sleep, put her in the car and put 90s country on, 2 seconds, she's out. Yeah, there's so much great music out there. I just think it's not even narrowed down to music, right? It's if someone in your life is being intolerant of anything, like clothing, anything aesthetic, anything, it is such a closed-minded, limiting experience that they're living, and I pity them. I pity them for thinking that their thing is the only thing because they're missing out on the 99.9% of other things that are out there. Don't let them force their will or impose themselves upon you. In the meantime, here we have reached the goal for the Snowmen, Karen Louise, aka Mary Southern Country, Overkill Mill, Flower Girl, Pirate Pups, Hunter Girl, Pixie Dust, Pam K, Sue Ann, 257, Michelle Heather, Esther Aguirre, Diana 5520, Juju Girl, Ms. Fiery Rapid, Kimberly P, Shannon Aaron. I just spit all over my monitor. I saw it. Snowman Collector, Frost Edged, Jelly 55, Ann Ambracker, El Maureen, Heidi J, Stephanie Emmons, Prep Girl, Lacey Lex, Candy Thunder, Maeve Dell, Miss Helene, Not That Ellen. Thanks so much, guys. Greatly appreciate it. We will be making good on that one starting next week. Oh, hold up. I'm getting the hold up here. Punch that mic and talk to me. Let's talk, Tony Spark. Let him in. Let Chad in on the conversation here. Just read it. Prove it. Okay, this is spicy reward story. They said go ahead and do it. So we're going to go a little long. And we're going to go ahead and fulfill this spicy reward story here. The Fire says, where will we get an invite to the VIP live? If you are a member of the Storm, you will get a notification, hopefully, from TikTok whenever we go live. But 10-ish minutes after we end the public stream, we'll go live. So I'd say if you set a timer for 10 minutes or just look at the clock and just bounce back to the profile about 10 minutes later and refresh, it should show that we're live then. Shoot, there's a rock version of Blank Space by I Prevail. Yeah, dude, there's so many remixes of different styles over different things. Like, I love almost all kinds of music and have a deep appreciation for it, for the musicianship, for sure. Okay, here we go. This reward story comes from AITA H subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Calling My 23 Female Husband, 23 Male, an Incel? Oh. Some background, I, 23 female, have been with my husband, 23 male, for about 4 years, only about 6 months married. I love him dearly, and he's a very sweet guy. He's pretty conservative, we differ in that regard, and most of his male friends are as well. Back in college, a few years ago, my husband and some of his friends started following this conservative male influencer on social media. This man's whole shtick was essentially shaming random men on the internet for simping for their girlfriends or wives. How did he do this? Fans would send him photos of random straight couples, which he would screenshot and draw green lines over, indicating which directions the man and woman in the photo were leaning. If the woman was standing straight up in the photo and her man was leaning in towards her, the influencer would dub the man a simp and post the photo online for everyone to make fun of. The ideal photo, in the influencer's opinion, was one where the man was standing straight up and his woman was leaning into him. Anything else, and the man was a simp who could not control his woman. Yes, this is 100% real. Can confirm. Have seen it. Obviously, I didn't love that my now husband was a fan of this influencer, but he reassured me that it was all a joke. And that he didn't actually believe anything that this guy said. I believed him until I started to notice that when we would take pictures together, my husband was pulling away from me and attempted to have me lean into him. At first, I brushed it off, but it kept happening. This irritated me because I don't particularly love my side profile, but I was being forced to turn to the side and lean into him for every single photo we were taking. I would try to pull away so that I could face the camera head on, but he would pull me back in and or refuse to move. I confronted him about this a few times, but he always said that he wasn't doing anything and I was making it up. Oh, good defense, bro. I brushed this off for a while, and over time, as our relationship progressed, we weren't taking as many photos anyways. But this all came to a head when last weekend we were visiting his family for Christmas. My husband was mentioning how he and I don't have enough recent photos together, so his sister offered to take one for us. We posed for the photo, me facing straight ahead with his arm around me, but once again I noticed that he was trying to angle me sideways and pull himself away from me. I got frustrated and stepped away, saying that I no longer wanted the photo. He asked me why, and I told him that he was doing the thing he always did, forcing me to have my side profile photographed when all I wanted was a normal straight-on photo. I asked him if he could please let me take a photo facing the camera, and his answer shocked me. He said that he didn't like it when I was facing the camera and he was leaning more into me because, and I quote, "our green lines were bad." I am 100% serious. My husband didn't want me to have a flattering photo because he thought that according to this influencer, it would make him look like a simp. I asked him if he was serious and he said yes. There is probably where I'm the asshole. I got so frustrated and accused him of prioritizing the opinions of some random incel over those of his own wife. I then said that he needed to stop being an incel himself and take one single normal photo with me. He got very angry that I had insinuated that he was being an incel. Is that how you say it? Incel? I don't friggin' know. And refused to take any photos with me. I later apologized for what I said, but he's been short with me ever since. I know that what I said was inappropriate, but I just can't believe that he won't take a normal photo with me. So, am I the astronaut? Or is he? Before we get into that, Miri subscribed for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Callie, thank you for the gift. Nika Nicole subscribed for month 1. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam as well. Frau Tati Tawil with the heart me there. Regina, Kelsey, Tanby, Juju Girl, Jenny M, Morgan, Adrian, Jenny M, Mouse, 79022, Becky Morlock, obviously Mel, Hannah Lewis. Thank you guys so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it. User 6617, lots of numbers there. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Zena, thanks so much for the love there as well. VP says, why ask him permission? He is the asshole. He just needs to go. They're married, so I don't know what those acronyms mean. Which acronyms? NTA is not the astronaut. What are the green lines? So the green lines are this thing this influencer uses to try to prove that it's like a compatible couple, or that a dude is a simp for his lady partner if he leans into her. She's supposed to be leaning into him, and it's nonsense. I mean, he applies a lot of science to it, and I've even seen him do it to the Travis and Taylor pictures. Their lines are good, by the way. Yeah, I want to take a picture of where you're standing at and I'm laying like face down on the ground and be like, how do these lines look? How do these lines look? What is an incel?
There's a little bar on your computer that you can type it in, and that's her response to me because I asked the same question. I know what it is. I can explain it in a polite way.
Okay. Caden Thunder says you can come on up. Caden Thunder can explain what an incel is in a polite way.
Okay. So from my understanding, what that is it could be someone who wants to date but doesn't have the someone who wants to date but doesn't have the ability to date. So for instance, if you were a dude and you were kind of disrespectful to women and you really wanted to date a woman, but they didn't really want to date you because of how you treated them, you'd just be like, well, they all suck.
Involuntarily celibate.
Yeah.
That's the answer we're getting from chat. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. Yeah. Involuntarily celibate. I like your explanation there too.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you, Caden Thunder. Kellyanne says, I love that you don't know what that means. Green flag there. Yeah, not green lines though, just green flags there. Cassie, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Dark Skull Faye, Carrie Barrera. Thank you so much for the love there. Callie, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Tonic 97, Lacey Lex, Shannon Aaron, Zena, Drogocat, John Grant, Chrissy, Janine, Zena, thanks so much for the love there. Greatly appreciated there, guys. It's so the question here was, am I the astronaut for calling my husband an incel? No. The fact that you talked about this, you made him aware that you had a problem with what he was doing and confronted him about what he was doing, and he denied it. Then kept it up for a long period of time. Then it finally came to a head, and he admitted that he was doing this bullshit. It is a problem. It's a big problem. The fact that he's buying into this and forcing you to do something that you're vocally uncomfortable with. Now you're at an impasse right here because you've got something that he is convinced himself he's uncomfortable with, and there's something that you already know that you're uncomfortable with, and you guys are butting heads over it. There's got to be a way to communicate through this, but there's got to be an understanding and some long conversation about where you guys are both at and what your understandings of each other's realities are. And at that point, it's how do we move forward from this? But there's some worldview differences now that weren't there, a few years ago, but now you have some worldview differences that are putting you at odds with each other. And that's tough. It's tough to have a real life partner that you can be a partner in life with when you're seeing two completely different worlds all the time, especially about the levels of respect that you have for your partner. If that's one of the big differences that you have as people, that's going to be tough, time to get on the same page there or not, but to make a decision one way or the other. Cassie, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' Fam. Juju Girl, Kitty Cat, thanks so much for the love there. Greatly appreciate it, guys. We're going to go ahead and take ourselves out here as we get set up for VIP Live. If you are a member of the Storm, you should get a notification here in about 10-ish minutes as we get boosted up for the VIP Live back in the studio. It'll be myself, Tony Spark, and Candy Thunder. We will be doing the Wheel of Thunder, spinning the wheel a couple of times there, and just chit-chatting with you all as well. I don't think we're reading any stories today. We're just having a nice little casual hangout there. So, thanks so much for being here today. Thank you for being here for the first freaking live of 2024. I'd say it was a good time. I'd say we had a successful live. Was my performance not adequate? Was it not? Are you not entertained? Sorry, I have music playing, so I can't hear you. If you want to use the microphone, that would be great.
It's good to have building blocks to build on as the year gets better.
So you're saying...
you don't want to start on top. But hold on, what'd you have to say, Kim?
I think you're standing.
So you got to get closer.
You're standing too straight.
Oh.
Slouch a little bit. There you go.
Is this green line good for you? Oh, that hurt. I'm too old to do that. My hip's like, yeah, what are you doing, man?
There's nowhere to go but up.
There's nowhere to go. But yes. I love it. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hey, Sergeant Mac and Ellen, great to see you back. Congratulations again, Ellen. I think it's fantastic. Here pretty soon, we're going to have to call you a doctor, right? You're going to be going for doctor, or you're doing master's and then doctorate next? We're going to have to start consulting with you in here and bring a subject matter expert in for some expert testimony. The next public live will be Sunday night. Candy Thunder, confirm, please. Sunday night, next public live. So Sunday night will be the next public live, and it'll be a multi-stream. And then, of course, next Wednesday we'll be on here as well. Caitlin, to get to the VIP, you actually have to be a member of the Storm, which is our I don't know what you call it. But it is one of the paid members, the exclusive members of the community that we have there. So you can do it. I think you click on the star that's on your screen right now. It'll give you more information about how to join up there. And you can also, I think, join in for a preview for a little bit as well, even if you're not a member. So you can have a preview, you just won't be able to interact there. What the Grey Rock is cooking? Yes, we are closing out the public portion of the stream, getting ready to launch into VIP. Violet, Kitty Cat, Juju Girl, Jenny M. Thank you guys so much for being here. Deidre, Stephanie, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. Luz, Deidre, Suan, Juju, Carrie Barrera, Aline Jorgensen. Subscribe for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam to you as well. Kitty Cat, Juju Girl, Cassie, subscribe for the first time. Welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam to you as well. We will see you all soon. Thanks for being here today, and happy 2024 to you.